Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Uh, Today, our topic is kind of interesting as usual, and we are going to talk about the Muslims' claim that the one who was sacrificed, or let us say, the one who presented to be sacrificed, is Ishmael. Uh, there is many Islamic websites speaking about this issue, and they are trying to present to us something, even themselves cannot prove it. But as usual, I mean, nothing new. Islam is always is a religion, if we can call it religion, based on claims, but there's no proof. As an example, Muhammad, he came 600 years after Jesus. He never met Jesus. He never saw Jesus. He never spoke the language of Jesus. He don't even know how to say the word, the name, the correct name. He says his name is Isa. We cannot even find the name Isa anywhere. But yet he is correcting the Christians after all those hundreds of years, saying, "Oh, Jesus did not. He was not crucified." So look like Islam is a religion built in a habit where we say whatever we want, and who care if you can prove it or not. This is not really a question. We do not need to prove anything. We just make a claim. And then they say to you, and the funny Muslims always, they want to debate you, and they choose their own topics. Muslims, they want to debate always either about the Trinity or topic like this. Abraham or Ishmael, or first of all, what you have to do with Ishmael and what you have to do with Isaac? Nothing. Both does not belong to Islam. Many naive, actually, in Christian churches, they say to you that Ishmael is the father of the Arab. Those who say such a thing to you, they are certified ignorant. And I heard it many times in Christian churches. The Arab is not an ethnic. The Arab is a word mean the desert. Arabia is a desert. The Arabian is those who live in the desert. They are the Bedouin. Even the Quran agree with me. So we are going to discuss this topic, and let us go first, start from the Quran. Let us show the screen and start our school, which no Muslim can refute. All right. I'm not sure why this is coming like this. I think I'm using. All right. All right. If we go in the Quran, we will find some nice things exposing Islamic cult from the Quran. Who is the Arab? Who are they, those who the Quran called them the Arab? This is the word Al-Arab, which is the Arab. It's all over the Quran. Okay, who are they? You can choose any one of them. Chapter 9, verse number 90. Do you see what it says? The word the Arab or Arab translated as the Bedouins. Do you see it? Do you see it? This is the Muslim translation. This is not my translation. So why they translated the word the Arab as Bedouin? Because they are the Bedouin. That's what the Arab are. It's not an ethnic. Anyone who live in a desert, in a tent, move from place to place, he is an Arab. And this is all over the Quran. The Arab are the most hypocrite people. Who's saying that? The Quran. Do you see it? They are the most hypocrite and the most liars and the worst of disbelief. Okay. And they don't believe in Allah, and they are ignorant, and they are against Allah. Muhammad, he said that because he was desperate, he could not make them believe in him. Few verses after, look what Muhammad said. And of the Bedouin, there are some who believe in Allah and the last days. Hold on. A second ago you said they are the worst. But the reason for that, you see the Quran, many people think that this is a verse came after this verse, and the Quran is a shish kebab, it's a falafel, hummus. You put it together, it's a salad. Like, it's not, those are not coming in order. The Quran is collected by Muslims. This guy, he heard this verse, this guy, he heard this verse, we put them together. It doesn't matter really. All those numbers, they do not exist. There was no numbers like this. Because many of you think like, okay, Muhammad, he made a book and he called this chapter the chapter of At-Tawbah as an example. The fact, Muhammad, he never called it At-Tawbah. Actually, this chapter used to be called Bara'ah, because this is the first verse in the Quran, in this chapter. It says Bara'ah. Bara'ah, which means I wash my hands. Muhammad, he make a treaty with the non-believers when he was weak, and then when he became strong, he want to kill them all. So this is Bara'ah. Then later they changed the Tawbah because it says, you know, they choose a word from the verse, from the chapter, and they name the whole chapter by it. So look here, Muhammad, he's saying that the Arab, they are believers. And not only that, they are the first to embrace Islam. What happened to Muhammad? So here you notice the hypocrisy of Muhammad and how he updates his information. Yesterday, the Arab, they are the worst, the most ugly, the most hypocrite, the bad ones, blah 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 blah. I mean, this is a guy, obviously he hate the Arab. You know, he's not about hating, he's an Arab himself, but because they did not believe him. So he described him with the most ugly description. Now, when the Muslim, they say that Muhammad is from Ishmael. Muhammad is from Ishmael. Let us make it simple. Abraham is from Iraq. That make him either he is he's an Aramaic, he speak Aramaic, this is his language, and he is either Assyrian, you know, I mean, as an ethnic, he is from that land, which has zero Arab. And as I said, Arab is not an ethnic, which means Abraham in certain time he was an Arab too, because if he live in a tent, that make him an Arab. If he live in the desert, that make him an Arab. So if he move around in the desert, that make him an Arab. If he settle down and then he start, this is the stage of the Bedouin life. In the beginning it was like just Bedouin, Arab, and then they start, you know, occupying cities. So look at this. We have Abraham. Let us type in the screen. Let us say, to make it simple, Abraham was from Germany. He is, let us say, from Germany. Now, a Muslim, they will say, see, Christian Prince is teaching that Abraham from Germany. No, I'm not. I'm just giving you a name equal to this name. This is not about Abraham himself. So let us assume there's a guy, his name is Abraham, he is from Germany. He did marry a woman, her name is Hajar. From Egypt, which means she is African. how the son turned to be an Arab if an Arab is an ethnic? It's like I am an Arabian and I marry a Chinese and my son is German. You see how silly the story is? All Muslims agree that a child belongs to his father, and this is regarding his ethnic. There's a video of a guy, his name what his name, I forgot his name, the guy who was sending pictures without no t-shirt, the big supposedly he claimed to be a scholar. I forgot his name. Somebody maybe can remind me. So this guy, he was saying why in the Quran, he was talking about the language miracles in the Quran. He said why Jesus, he said in the Quran, oh children of Israel. He did not say oh my people. Why he did not say oh my people? He said because Jesus, he is not from the Jews. His father is not from the Jews. Moses, he said that because he is from the Jews. Guys, don't ask me questions, have nothing to do with my topic. If you are interested in a different topic, leave. This is a place for adult. I'm talking about the topic of Abraham and Ishmael. If you have a different question, either you wait until we finish it, or you go take a nap and come back later. So he was saying in his video, and actually maybe I'm just trying to remember the name of the guy. I challenged him to debate me, but he is a, you know, like the rest of them. Let me see if I can find. I think his name Nu'man something, Nu'man Khan something. Yeah, I think that's his name. I'm searching in I don't know which one, but he have videos. He speak about the miraculous language of the Quran, which is very funny, and I can use it easy to destroy Islam from his own statements. Anyway, this is the guy. I will put him in the screen, but I don't know which video because I saw it before, and actually I think I made a video about it too. All right. And he said, oh, like this is the video. This is one of these videos, you see. 37 and the largest miracle in the Quran. And then you will go there, you will see he says, and you know what, let me see if I can open it. Hold on. Maybe I can find it. So we can love together, and this is the whole point. You see how things change. Here we go. I mean, it's unbelievable. I just moved the play, and it's in front of me. Look, this is Nu'man Khan, and this is his video, and this video has a 380,000 view. 37 and the language miracle in the Quran. Okay, and now he says in the ayah, Jesus addressing his nation, what he said. When Jesus, the son of Mary, said, O sons of Israel, but Moses, he said, O my people, or my nation. Who is the one saying that? This is Nu'man Khan and this is the Quran. Who is the one comparing this with that? Is Nu'man Khan. I will play a little bit of it so we can love together.
What I'm trying to get at is, to be from a nation, your father should be from that nation. Isn't that obvious?
Did you hear it, guys? Did you hear it? To be from a nation. I mean, I don't know, like I just moved this thing and I got it in the perfect timing. To be from a nation, your father have to be from that nation. Isn't it obvious? Did he say that? Okay, well, Abraham, he have a son. His wife is an Egyptian. His son is what? He's an Arab. So let us say Ishmael, he married from an Arab woman, for the sake of argument. That will not make the children of Ishmael Arab. That will make them Aramic, like Abraham. This is what he just said. This is what Islamic religion teach. Let us hear it again.
Or the children of Israel. You know what we learned from that? In Semitic tradition and in Arab tradition, as was carried originally by Abraham also, identity was given by the father. The nation itself is...
Identity was given by who? By the father. So what the Muslim, they say that Ishmael, he married a woman, she's an Arab. Bingo. We are done with the debate. And they just say that this is the tradition of the Jews. He said, not me, and the Arab. And he is trying to prove to us a miracle in the Quran. I want to hear it again. Maybe I did not hear correct.
In quote, my nation. Addressing them with what words? What was the first words used to address them? My nation. Ya qawmi, my nation. Okay. Let's come to what Jesus said. وَإِذْ قَالَ عِيسَى بْنُ مَرْيَمْ, when Jesus the son of Mary said, Ya Bani Israel, sons of Israel. Sons of Israel. Now what did he not say? What did Moses say that Jesus didn't say? Okay, so Moses says my nation, but Jesus says sons of Israel. Now, sons of Israel is another term used for the Israelites, isn't it? Or the children of Israel. You know what we learned from that? In Semitic tradition and in Arab tradition, as was carried originally by Abraham also, identity was given by the father. The nation itself is named after who? Not the mother, but the father, Israel himself. And actually in the Quran, all of humanity are called children of, not Eve, but Adam. Because identity, nation, is defined by the father. And this is natural in most societies. The last name is given through the father. The father's name is acquired, even though there are exceptions. Now, what I'm trying to get at is, to be from a nation, your father should be from that nation. Isn't that obvious?
Obvious.
To be from a nation, it's only expected that your father should be from that nation. So when Moses says, my nation, what's he actually saying? That my father is from among you. But Jesus, never in the Quran do we find him say my nation. Never. Every time he addresses them, what does he say? Sons of Israel. Now, why would he never say my nation? Because he doesn't have a father. He's of miraculous.
Thank you. So actually, we just approve right now that Jesus is not what Muslims they say he is from the Jews. He is from heaven. He did not call them my people. He called them children of Israel. And Moses, he called them my people because my father is from among you. So how Muhammad became from Ishmael? This is number one. It's impossible and there's no proof of it. Secondly, even if he from Ishmael, that will not make the Ishmael the father of the Arab. That will make Muhammad an Aramic person. That will not make Muhammad an Arab. But Muhammad never spoke Aramaic. He did not know Aramaic, and he never claimed to be Aramaic. So the Muslims themselves, they help us always to get themselves busted. And this is little statement of Nu'man Khan, which is not even we played even like 30 seconds. Nu'man Khan, he helped us, and this is his video. And this is in the moment 11:11, as you see in the screen. He helped us to understand something about the Quran. Jesus never says, "Oh my people," because they are not his people. He is their God. This is why in the Bible Jesus described them. I came to my sheep, and my sheep they rejected me. But he have a sheep. You know, he have a sheep from other place. He is the shepherd. He is the Lord. Moses, he called the Jews my people because he is from the Jews. His father is from the Jews, and we heard Naaman Khan saying that. Jesus, according to Naaman Khan, as we heard, he is not, his father is not of the Jews, so he cannot be considered of the Jews. So based on what we just heard, if Jesus cannot be of the Jews because his father is not exist from the Jews, and he have no father anyway, and Moses is considered from the Jews because his father is from the Jews, that's mean Muhammad himself, he cannot be from Ishmael. Why? Because you Muslims, you say he's an Arab, and you consider Arab as an ethnic. If Muhammad was from Ishmael, then he should be an Aramaic like his father, not an Arab, according to your logic, not mine. Secondly, if Ishmael he did marry a woman, she is an Arab, that will not change the fact that still we heard this guy saying that the tradition of the Jews and the Arab, that the father belonged, that the child belonged to his father. So he is from the nation of the father, not from the nation of the women. And even he confirms, says even the Quran's sons of Adam, saying the Quran sons of Adam, he never says sons of Eve. And here you see how the Muslims they play. Here he is trying to make a miracle, so he got himself busted. But if he knew that this will be used to get Muhammad busted and the Islam busted by claiming that Muhammad is from Ishmael, he will never say that. And this is the problem always we see when we are I will post the link for this video as reference for those who like to watch it and laugh. Everything in this video I can debunk it in 2 seconds, one by one, one by one. It's like fun, because it is literally stupid. Literally. And this is what happened always, and this is why they refuse to debate me. This guy, he sound like smart in front of the one who have low IQ. I will add this video in the info for people who, or Muslims, maybe they will wonder where this video is coming from. So from a short video made by Muslims, spread by Muslims, published by Muslims, and they have a nicer graphic, thank you Muslims, they prove to us that all their claim is false, because this is against the tradition and the teaching of Allah, and even against what the Jews teach, as Naaman Khan he said. Now, the one who claimed that Ishmael is the father of the Arab, who is he? He can prove that to us. Who is the hero in the crowd? He is willing to give me a call and show me where we can find the reference in the Islamic cult saying that Ishmael is the father of the Arab. Who want to do that? Any Muslim? Don't, guys, how many times I need to repeat? Please, 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 for God's sake, don't ask me a question have nothing to do with my topic. I mean, think about it. You're an adult, you're a mature. You go to guy, he is talking about how we build a house, and you ask him how to make a salad. I mean, why we cannot concentrate as adult? Are we a bunch of kids? This guy, he want candy, the other one, he want a toy. Concentrate with me. Why you want me to leave the topic just to answer your question, which I have nothing to do with my topic? You see, I have a lot of patience with Muslims, but I cannot have patience with the Christians who, I don't know, they have a flight of thought, some of them. We talk about potato, they talk about tomato. Focus with me. I choose from my life, from my time, from my day, to take my time, get myself angry because of you guys, thank you, to teach you. And now look what you do. I'm teaching you how to answer and refute the Muslims. So don't change the topic. Muslims, where we can find the reference anywhere in the Quran, it says that Ishmael is the father of the Arab. Any Muslim? Any Muslim can show me where in the Quran it says that Ishmael is the father of the Arab? Okay, forget about this one. Where in the Quran we can find that Muhammad is from Ishmael? Any Muslim? I will shave my 100-foot beard. She is growing very fast. If a Muslim can show me a verse in the Quran saying that Muhammad is from Ishmael, and if it is not, then you need to tell me why. Why? Why it's not in the Quran? As long as it's very important for your religion to prove that Muhammad is descendant from Abraham. So why it's not there? Okay, forget about this. Who is a Muslim want to show me that Muhammad saying it clearly that the one who sacrificed, or the one who was being sacrificed by Abraham, is Ishmael, not Isaac? Not even once. Muhammad, he mentioned that. Why? This is how silly this cult is. It's silly. You know, even the word silly, it's not even qualified. Islam does not even deserve to be called silly. What kind of God he have a time to tell us about the ant who warned the ant? Suleiman is going to crush you. What? What? What happened? An ant, she told the ants. So Allah in his office, he have time to tell us bedtime stories, not even good for kids. But he don't have time to tell us look what the Arab they said to Muhammad each time he tell those stories. This is the tales of the ancient. This is fairy tales, you idiot. You see it? Each time Muhammad he opened his mouth, they say to you, the Arab, they were amazed with the Quran. The Arab, they were laughing at Muhammad. When Solomon, he arrived to the valley of the ants, one of the ants, she said, hold on, first, ants don't talk. Now, literally they don't, but do the ants and other creatures, insects, etc., they communicate? Absolutely. So we can say they have their own language, but here the Arabic is so clear. قالت حتى إذا أوتوا على وادي النمل قالت نملة يا أيها النمل ادخلوا مساكنكم. قالت, what قالت mean? Translation, even your Islamic translation said, she said, or the ant said. But ants don't talk. And to prove that this is a word she's like the ant spoke, because Suleiman, he heard her speech. Do you see it? Suleiman, he heard her speech. So this God, he have time to tell us a stupid story which is copied from the fairy tales, the legends of the Jews. This is a stories you can find in the books of the Jews. It's a fiction stories about the glory of Suleiman. Suleiman have a flying carpet. Suleiman, I mean, they have tons of stories about this guy. His name is Suleiman, who fly with flying carpet. He have a flying horse. He have a horse with two wings. He was walking in the valley of the ants, and one. It's exactly actually as it says in the legend of the Jews. So Muhammad, he learned those stories from the Jews, which they tell them to their kids, and bingo, he put it in the Quran. I will give you an example about Muhammad, the copy-paste guy, and this is why he got himself busted extremely, because of his stupid behavior. Muhammad, he believes strongly that the Jews are the one who have knowledge, and because of that, he copy whatever the Jews says to him. We are not changing topic. I will go. We just to confirm an idea how Muhammad he copy, and then we will continue. Muhammad, he taught his followers that urination is the main cause of the punishment in the grave. Have you ever heard of a God? He will torture you in the grave because of your urine. Christian Prince, yes, who is this? Allah. What happened? In the day of etc. you have some urine touching your foot. Okay, I'm going to torture you. Please. Well, why don't make the private part of the male like the nose of the elephant, so he will not touch himself? So the punishment of the grave, most of it, because of urine. Have you ever heard of a stupid thing? He got that from the Jews, and we will prove it to you. Shall we prove it to you? Let us see. Let us see the hadith. I'll try to find it for you. Where a Jewish woman, she came to Aisha. Here we go. Look, guys, this is a Sahih hadith. A Jewish woman entered into me, who is talking Aisha, the wife of Muhammad, and she said, who said that? Take a note, the Jewish women. The torment of the grave is because of urine. Like, what the heck? Do you hear it? Do you see it? And look what Aisha, she said. Please focus with me. I said, Aisha talking, you are lying. Like, what? You are sent to me by Christian Prince, and you are lying. Aisha, she said that to the Jewish women. You are lying. So it was the idea of the Jewish women that torture of the grave is because of urine. Aisha, not only she said, I don't know about that, she said, you are lying, which means it's silly. Come on, stupid. This is really stupid. So Aisha, she agreed with me that this is stupid. She said, no, it's true. We cut our skin and the clothes because of it. So the Jews, when the skin, when this is how clean they are. When a urine touch their clothing, they even cut, they don't wash the clothing, they cut it off. The message of Allah went out to pray, and our voices became loud, like they are fighting over this now, Aisha and the Jewish woman. He said, what is this? So I told him what she said, which means the urine is the cause of the torture of the grave. He said she spoke the truth. Like, what the heck? Muhammad, he agreed with the Jewish women. And look what Aisha, she said, this is very important. After that day, he never offered any prayer, but he said, following the prayer, Rabba, Jibreel, wa Malaikat, etc., Israfil, you know, please, I seek refuge from the torture of the grave. Do you see it? He never mentioned that before. He never mentioned such a prayer ever before. But after the Jewish woman, she said that Muhammad, he cannot even pray to Allah without saying, please Allah, I seek refuge from the punishment of the grave, which is because of what? Because of urine, which means Muhammad, he used to piss on himself every day. Otherwise, if you don't piss on yourself, why are you afraid of the punishment of the grave? Because of urine. Are you getting my point? If I'm not doing that, why I will be worried about my piss touching me and there will be torture? I'm not doing that. But this is the proof that Muhammad, he pissed on himself every day. And he never prayed that. Look, Aisha saying that, not me, Abdul. It says after that day, he never offered any prayer without saying, I seek refuge by Allah from the torment of the grave. But Aisha, she never heard that before. He heard the Jewish woman like it, saying it. He liked it. He copied it, and he taught. That's it. Do you see it? So we prove easy that Muhammad is heavily infected by the influence of the Jews' stories, and most of it is fiction stories. We have Mr. Muhammad Qasim saying, just to show you the comedy, Muhammad Qasim saying the punishment of the grave happened for various reasons, and the Prophet teaching us the prayer. I mean, do you see the logic? First of all, it's very silly and very stupid to be tortured in the grave, because simply, so what the judgment day for? And in the top of that, you are dead. Are you dead or alive? Are you dead or alive? According to your prophet, two angels will come to you, Nakir, Munkar, Nakir. So the first one will ask you, or the angels will ask you, three questions. Read and laugh. The Messenger of Allah, when the deceased, or he said, when one of you is buried, two angels, black and blue-eyed, his eye, this is not the color of the angel, this is the eye, will come to him. One of them is called Al-Munkar, and the other one, his name is Nakir. They say, what did you use to say about this man? Which man? So he say what he was saying before death. He is Allah's slave and his messenger. So they will show him a picture of Muhammad and they will ask him, what do you used to say about this man? It's the, I mean, the guy, he died. He's dead. And now he is buried under the ground. And now two angels going inside the ground and they are asking him a question, and he opened his mouth and he talk. And the first question is, what do you used to say about Muhammad? The angels will come to Christian Prince after he died. Christian Prince, what do you used to say about Muhammad? He's an idiot of the village. And then the angels, brother, will hit me with the hammer. They will hit you what? They will hit you with the hammer, and the hammer will make you go down in the ground 70 cubits. Do you see it? And if you get the correct answer, the grave will expand, will become 70 cubits. You will have a big living room by yourself in the grave. But if you don't give the correct answer, they will hit you with the hammer and they will squeeze you. This is Muhammad. This is Muhammad and the story of Muhammad. Let me see the other hadith. I want to see the one about the hammer. Anyway, like maybe later. Let's go back to Abraham. So as you see, Muhammad is just a fraud who copies stories from people around him, and he says stupid things. What you are dead and two angels will come to you. This is something he learned from the Jews. The Jews, they believe that when somebody he die, his spirit will be not in the grave, his spirit will be hovering over the grave for a few days, and this is the time this spirit, not the body, will be either punished for the bad or is going to be in peace and live in peace. So Muhammad, he took from the Jews their stories and he add his own spice as usual. Now we go back to Abraham, who is a Muslim. He is going to show us where in the Quran it says Abraham is the father of Muhammad or the grandfather of Muhammad. Anyone? Why in the Quran we find that the Quran speak about this guy is the son of this guy, the son of guy, the son of this guy, but when it's come to Muhammad there's nothing. If we go right now and look in the Quran and we type the word Muhammad, we will not find a single place where it says who is Muhammad. Those are the verses speak about Muhammad. Chapter 3 verse 144, 3188, 3340, 47:2, 48:29. That's it. Okay. First one, who is Muhammad? He is just a messenger. This is the definition of Muhammad. How come you call the Jews the children of Israel? You know what I'm saying? Why the Quran says that Abraham, he have a son, his son is Isaac, his son is Ishmael, his son is etc. So why Muhammad, why Isa himself is a son of Mary, but Muhammad is a son of no one? Who is Muhammad? How we will know? Like, I am a person. Remember, Muhammad, he said to the Muslims, don't write the hadith. Anyone who write the hadith, erase it. And I find it very funny, showing me that those who follow Muhammad, they have a problem. Anyone notice why? Imagine I say, guys, hey, don't write after me what I say. And then you write down, Christian Prince here said, don't write after me what I say. Too much hashish. The prophet, he just told you, don't take down anything from me, and he who took it down anything except the Quran, he should efface it, erase it. Then how you write it? Guys, do you understand the stupidity? Do you understand the stupidity? It's like saying to somebody, don't write on the wall, and you go and you write in the wall saying, Christian Prince, he said, don't write in the, I just told you don't write in the wall, erase it. And you go and you write it. Madness and stupidity. So based on Muhammad order that Muslims should not have hadith, how we will know that Muhammad is a son of who? Born where? Located where? And who is he? Because Muhammad, he says, erase anything except the Quran. Any Muslim have an answer? Look what Mr. Muhammad said. CP is making an argument out of lack of mention of certain things, claiming. Don't tell me. What about you? Mention it for me. Stop playing your drama. Why you don't call me Muhammad Qasim and let us laugh together? Instead of saying Christian Prince, he have a lack of information. What about you? Call me and give me the information. Look, even people, they are lulling for you. You see the lul? Lul, peace upon him, is lulling at you. So what about you call me? Let me open Skype and you call me and show everybody that Christian Prince, he have a lack of information. Christian Prince maybe is hiding information. And Prophet Google, peace upon him, he will help you. Where in the Quran, in the whole Quran, it says that Muhammad is from Ishmael? Where in the Quran even it says Muhammad is the father, the son of who? Nowhere. Why? Any Muslim knows why? Anyone? Where is the Muslims who says Christian prince do not know? Well, we want to know from you, who is a Muslim is willing to call us and show us the truth. Muhammad says don't take the hadith from anyone. Don't even write it. Only Quran. This is why there's a group of Muslims and growing now. It's called Quran only. And this is Sahih. This is not authentic. This is an authentic hadith, which means Muhammad, he said that. Okay. So based on the order of Muhammad, how we will know who is Muhammad? And why the Quran never mentioned? Is that like Allah was not really smart? He made a mistake. He should mention it. Any Muslim knows? Is that because it's not important? So Allah have time to speak about the ant who spoke to Solomon, but he don't have time to tell us about who is Muhammad? Look, there's a verse in the Quran saying Muhammad was not the father of any man among you, but he is the messenger of Allah. Muhammad is an impotent man. He cannot have kids. Quran confirmed that. But why it's mentioning this? Who cares if he have a children or not? Any Muslim can tell us what's the point of this thing? The point is very simple. Muhammad is coming from the middle of nowhere, and he never left anyone behind. He have no children, he have nothing, and he is unknown father. You see, the Muslims, if you ask them, if you ask Muhammad Qasim, what is the name of the father of Muhammad, he will say to you Abdullah. What his name? Abdullah. Let us type the name in the screen. Abdullah. Okay, type it in English now. Abd. I don't know why this thing is slow, but what we can do. Abdullah. Abd means slave and mean black in the same time, because usually in the Arab, you know, they consider the slave is the black person. They enslave the black people. Abdullah is the father of Muhammad. Okay, but how the father of Muhammad will go to hell? Yet he is the slave of Allah. How somebody he is a slave of Allah will go to hell? The truth is, Abdullah is a statement. People they say if he is unknown. Like I'm reporting a story, and a guy from the crowd he said something. So what I say, Abdullah, which means one of the slave of Allah, he said something. I do not know his name. That's what Abdullah mean. And Islamic books prove that Muhammad was born more than 4 to 5 years after this guy supposedly he died, because he and his father they married in the same day, and supposedly the father of Muhammad he died right away. He went on a trip and never come back. few months after. So how they married in the same day, but yet Hamza is 4 years older than Muhammad. To make it simple, let us say me and my brother, we marry in the same day, and then I die, okay, and then my wife, she gave birth. Me and my brother, remember, we married in the same day. So, and then after a month or two I die, and my brother, he is still alive, but we married in the same day, remember that. Then I die, and then my brother, he have a son. He have a son who is 4 years older than my son. Are you getting the point? Which means his son, if you know, if both of us we slept with the same women in the same day, I'm just giving you the examples, and both of us we made the women carry a child from us in the same day or the same week or the same month, then it's impossible that my son, and I am the one who die a week or two or a month after my marriage, will be born 4 years after his son. Imagine you divorce your wife 4 years ago, and then 4 years after your wife, she called you, says, come and pay for the bill in the hospital for your son, I just gave birth. I divorced you 4 years ago. She will say no. This is why the Muslims actually, they believe that a Muslim woman, she can be carrying a child even up to 10 years after divorce or being widow, because what happened of Muhammad to Muhammad. But this is a different story, and actually there's many hadith speaking about Muhammad. He is an unknown person. He was like a palm tree in the middle of the desert. Nobody knows who is he. Actually, there's a story about a group, a tribe. They came and asked for Muhammad as their son. They claim that he is their son. They claim that Muhammad is their son. However, instead of wasting our time asking who is Muhammad, let us go and see what the Muslim themselves says about Ishmael. Because remember, our topic is what? Ishmael versus Isaac. But I made this introduction little long to show you that anyway, the Arab have nothing to do with Ishmael. And we showed you the video of Nu'man Khan where he says the child go by his father. So if Ishmael he marry an Arab woman, still his children should not be considered as Arab. And we showed you the video of Nu'man Khan. Kabich? Now if we go and read the interpretation of the Quran, chapter 37 verse number 17, وَفَدَيْنَاهُ بِذَبْحٍ عَظِيمٍ. Okay, who is this one who is sacrificing him with the great sacrifice? I will read for the Muslims, and those who speak Arabic, they can read with me what At-Tabari is saying. This is Tafsir At-Tabari. Read with me. And this is the official government website of the government of Jordan. Actually, you know what? Let me open it in Google Translate, Google browser, so I can click at translate, because I'm using Firefox, and Firefox is not supported with this option. All right, this is a Google. I will click in the front of you, translate to English. All right, and saying we received the great slaughter, says it was Isaac the great slaughter. Do you see it, guys? Do you see it? This is the Muslim scholars saying, and this is At-Tabari, one of the oldest historian and a scholar in Islam, saying that At-Tabari saying that the one is to be slaughtered, it was Isaac. And here they continue saying where the place of the slaughter was to be happen, and some of them says Isaac. And he is quoting who is the one who say that it is Isaac. From Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas said it is Isaac. Who is Ibn Abbas? This is the cousin of Muhammad. The cousin of Muhammad, who Muhammad he prayed for him to be the scholar of Islam, saying that the one who's supposed to be slaughtered is Isaac. Wrong translation. What do you mean wrong translation? This is Google. For sure the translation is not perfect, but it says it clearly, it's Isaac. Guys, is it clear? Even with the Google translation, it says, here we go. From Ikramah, from Ibn Abbas, a redeem the greatest slaughter said it is Isaac. So don't play the game in translation. No, this is Google translation. And then he says, Jacob told me, he said, then Ibn Ali, from David, from Ikramah, from Ibn Abbas said, sacrifice Isaac. Do you want to cry? You want me to give you some tissues? If you want some tissues, let me know. Christian Prince, this is the wrong translation. I don't need the translation. I can read it for you in Arabic. Here we go. Forget about translation, Abdul. As supposedly you speak Arabic, right? You know what? I will shave my 110-foot beard if you speak Arabic. And here we go in front of you. قال ابن عباس الذي أمر بذبحه إبراهيم هو إسحاق. Not a zoom. Do you like zoom? Do you like boing boing or zoom zoom? You wrong translation. Wrong what? Wrong translation. And not only that, he is saying that this is reported from Ali ibn Abi Talib. Read carefully with me. Read and laugh. قال ابن عباس الذبيح إسحاق. Ibn Abbas said the sacrifice was Isaac. حدثنا أبو كريب. It's been told by Abu Kurayb. According to Zayd ibn Habab. عن الحسن بن دينار. According to Ali ibn Zayd ibn Jad'an عن الحسن عن الأحنف عن ابن عباس ابن عبد المطلب, the cousin of your prophet. عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, from the prophet himself. في حديث ذكره قال هو إسحاق. Who is the one who mentioned that the sacrifice is Isaac? Your prophet. And now let us go to the English Google translation, the funny translation of Google. Does it say as I said? Let us see. And here look at the funny translation. Syphilis. All right. Now it says here from Ibn Ali, from David, from Ikramah, from Ibn Abbas, he said the sacrifice is Isaac. Abu Karib told us that he said from Zayd ibn Habab, from Hassan the son of Dinar, from Ali ibn the son of Zayd, from Jad'an the son of Hassan, and from blah 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 blah, from Qais, from Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, the cousin of Muhammad, from the Prophet, peace be upon him. In the hadith mentioned, he said it is Isaac. Do you see it? Who won the link? But by the way, I will give you the link in Arabic, and then you can click at Google translation. This is the same as I did. But do you see how easy we prove it? This is according to the scholars that Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad, and Muhammad saying that. Are we done? No, we are not. Because there's more. If we go back in the Arabic, let me give you the link in Arabic, and you can click at the trans. But remember to use Google browser, otherwise it's not going to open for you. I mean the option for translation. The one who wanna call me, you have to be a Muslim. Anyone else, I don't want, you know, don't call me if you're not a Muslim. All right. And then he continues saying that the one who report that, not only even the prophet himself, he mentioned tons of names. Like great names in Islam. As an example, he says, عن ابن الأحوص قال افتخر رجل عند ابن مسعود فقال أنا فلان ابن فلان الأشياخ الكرام فقال عبد الله ذلك يوسف بن يعقوب بن إسحاق ذبيح الله. A man, he was like so proud about his heritage. He said, I am the son of etc etc, the sons of the sheikhs. Abdullah, they are reporting a story about this person. He said, Abdullah, he says, that is Yusuf, the son of Jacob, the son of Isaac, the slaughter of Allah, the son of Abraham. Let us see it in English. A man, he came to Ibn Mas'ud and he said, I am so and so, the son of the honorable sheikhs. Abdullah said, this is Joseph, the son of Jacob, the son of Isaac, the sacrifice of God. Do you see it? Is it clear? So the Muslim now, they want to debate me if this is Isaac or not. Go debate yourself first. Who is the silly here? Who is the silly? And this is Isaac, the sacrifice of God, the son of Abraham, the one beloved by Allah. Do you see it? Abu Huraira, look, even Abu Huraira, even Mr. Abu Huraira, the father of the cat, that's it. The father of the meow is going to talk meow. Abu Huraira, he said, and we redeemed the great slaughter, he said, of his son Isaac. Even Abu Huraira says it's Isaac. I mean, who's left? Who's left? Even Mr. Meow. Mr. Abdullah saying there is like Muslims, there is disagreement if it is Isaac or Ishmael. This is what we are saying, my friend. You Muslims are very this is a crazy religion. I mean, why your God did not mention such a silly thing? Okay, who is the one is ransom, and why your prophet did not say? But as you see here, they are saying your prophet, he says that. So what disagreement? The Muslims agree about not to agree about the meaning of the Quran. This is the only agreement they have. I never saw a Muslim agree with a Muslim about anything. We Muslims agree about, I can show it to you actually from a May Tafsir. They say the scholars agree about not to agree about the meaning of this verse. I mean, do you see how powerful this cult is? Brothers, Christian Prince, we Muslims, we have this agreement about this. So why you are debating the Christians about it? Go and disagree with yourself. What kind of religion? They are even confused about a very simple thing like this. If we go in the Bible, we'll find right away the Bible says that this is Isaac. Many verses. The funny that Ibn Kathir, he said, the Christians, sorry, the Jews, they inserted the name Isaac in their Torah because they were jealous of the Arab, but there was no what Arab. What the Arab, you idiot? If we go and see the history of the books we are talking about, we will find that those books written thousands of years before the Arab to be called Arab, like the Arab they call them today. The Arab is a I made a video before. The word Arab is not an ethnic, it's a desert. Anyone who live in the desert, they call them Arabian, and we show you that even from the Quran. And look at the funny excuse of the Muhammadan like Ibn Kathir, who is trying to defend. But Ibn Kathir himself, he said that there's many scholars, they say that it is Isaac. I will show you in English, and I will show you the hypocrisy of those who translate. In Ibn Kathir book, they never mention anyone agree that it is Isaac. They just say that the Jews, because they are jealous, they said it is Isaac. They are jealous from the Arab. I mean, jealous from the Arab about what? What jealous from the Arab? And Ibn Kathir in Arabic, it says how many, and he start counting how many scholars they say that it is Isaac. In English is gone. We cannot find it. This is why I say to you many times that Ibn Kathir, he make the interpretation is not interpretation, is this is a book to defend Islam. But this guy, he failed big deal, because he forgot that this is even coming from his prophet and Ibn Abbas and Abu Huraira. Actually, in Arabic it says that there are 7 of the companion of the prophet who mentioned that it was Isaac. 7, not 1. So how they are 7? From the companion first hand. Not somebody came like Ibn Kathir hundreds and whatever years after. And if we read Ibn Kathir in Arabic, we will find that Ibn Kathir in Arabic have nothing to do with Ibn Kathir in English. This is Ibn Kathir in Arabic. Everything is speaking about those who agree that it is Isaac is gone in English. I cannot find it. In the same book, ذكر من قال هو إسحاق قال حمزة الزيات عن أبي ميسرة. You see, this is Ibn Kathir, but I can't find it in English. They said it is Ibn Ishaq. Ishaq is ذبيح الله. الثوري عن ابن سنان عن etc. عن الهذيل عن أن يوسف عليه السلام قال للملكة قال كذلك. So he agreed it is Isaac. قال سفيان الثوري. Sufyan, big reporter, he said it is Isaac. قال شعبة عن ابن إسحاق عن الأحوص افتخر رجل عند ابن مسعود. A man, he was proud about in his heritage in the front of Ibn Mas'ud. He said the same I just read for you from Al-Qurtubi. So what he answered, he says this is Isaac, the slaughter of Allah. We don't find it in the English translation. It's gone. They took it off. They show you that Ibn Kathir is saying it is not Isaac, it is Ishmael. And not only that, وهذا صحيح إلى ابن مسعود, and this is even authentic from Ibn Mas'ud. وكذا روى إكرمة عن ابن عباس إنه إسحاق, and this is authentic from Ibn Mas'ud and reported by Ikramah, and Ikramah, one of the biggest names in the reporters, from Ibn Abbas saying it is Isaac. And not only that, وعن ابن عباس وعلي بن أبي طالب, even Ali the cousin of Muhammad who married two of his daughters, he said it is Isaac. And here the rest, look at those all names, all those names saying it is Ishaq. Az-Zuhri, Abdullah ibn Abi Bakr, Ali ibn Abi Talib, the Prophet himself, Ibn Abbas, the cousin of the Prophet, Ibn Mas'ud, the one who have a Quran. And here it says وَهَذَا صَحِيح, and this is authentic. But this is Ibn Kathir in Arabic, and I want you to take the notes, please. The interpretation of the Great Quran, the book of Ibn Kathir, volume number 12, page number 47, verses of chapter 37, from 113 to from 99 to 113. Take a snapshot. The book of Ibn Kathir, interpretation of the Quran, volume number 12, chapter 37, interpretation from verse number 99 to 113. Page, you can start not even from page number 47. You can start from here, the page before it, page number 46, page number 47, and this is Ibn Kathir. Page number 48, it says Ibn Kathir too, it says that. So Al-Qurtubi he report, At-Tabari he report, Ibn Kathir he report, and now the Muslim, they say to us, we have a disagreement about this. Who cares? Even Muslim, even the Imam Muslim. Now, regardless Ibn Kathir he agree or not, this is his opinion. Ibn Kathir, he came hundreds of years after Muhammad. He never met Muhammad, he never been there. He's just trying to defend. And the question here, why we cannot find all those Arabic information in the translation is gone. I cannot find it. Do you know why? Because this is the nature of Islam. The translator, he did hide it in purpose. Don't tell me it was a mistake. The same as the story of Muhammad and Zayd and Zainab. The same as the story of Al-Gharaniq, where Shaitan, he gave Muhammad verses. We cannot find it in English in Ibn Kathir. The details is not there. It's gone. Nader Ahmad is a kid. I don't mind if he called, but his guy is a kid. He's a madman. He's mental. Even his mom, she might be upset from me if I let him talk. This guy have a mental issue. And this is the same guy who agreed that his prophet have sex with a goat. He agreed, you know. Ask him to go to give you the debate. He agreed. He said to me, is it better than the one who says smash the head of the babies? He's mental. So as you see, we have here reference. You know what? Let me show you in English. This is a Jalalain. Look what the Jalalain say. And then we ransomed him one whom had been commanded to sacrifice, namely Ishmael or Isaac. I mean, this guy is a shish kebab. He don't dare to say which one. So he is not sure. This is a Jalalain. You don't know. Have you ever heard of a religion? It's called I don't know. What do you mean either one? Which one? How come the Bible is so clear? The Bible is so clear in many verses saying clearly it is Isaac. Abraham, he said to God, which one? I have, you know, he says slaughter the one you love. And God, he knew which one he loved more. For sure the father, he loved both of them. Abraham, he said, God, he said to him, the one you love. Abraham, he said, I love both. He said to him Isaac. He named him by name. And the same story appear in different places, like in Genesis 22. And he said to him, take now the son, thine only son Isaac. Why he is calling him only son Isaac? Because Abraham, he sent Hajar and his son Ishmael away. He's not living with him no more. This is number one. Number two, this is the only son is coming from the marriage which is blessed by God. The son which is God gave as a miracle to Abraham. Remember Sarah, the reason Abraham he have Ishmael, because he gave up his wife, she became so old and he have no children. So he decided to marry his slave. And he had a son from her. But then after he did, had a son, God he gave him a miraculous birth of a child, because she's old, she cannot have son. So this was because God he wanted to teach him, don't never give up on me. And this was the blessed son. Even in the Quran, look what the Quran says about Isaac. The Quran confirmed that all the prophethood is going to be from Isaac and Jacob. Not from Ishmael. Look at this. Why Allah did not mention that we gave him Ishmael and Isaac? Where's Ishmael? Anyone can see? Anyone can tell me where's Ishmael? Look, they are counting all the names. We bestowed upon him Isaac and Jacob. Each of them, we guided them before him. We guided Noah, etc., etc. So he counting all the names. Where is Ishmael? Why Allah did not say we gave him? Ishmael is the older. He should start from Ishmael, not from Isaac. So the Quran, Muhammad is trying to be hypocrite to the Jews. He knew that the Jews, they care for Isaac, they don't care for Ishmael in any way, in any mean. This is their grandfather. So he was hypocrite. And not only that, this is reported many times. Chapter 19 verse number 49. So when he turned away from them and from those whom they worshipped beside Allah, we gave him Isaac and Jacob. Where is Ishmael? Yeah, do you see what I'm saying, talking about? Where is Ishmael? Why the name of Ishmael was dropped? He should, sorry for that, he should count the elder first. What, Ishmael is not a son now? What happened? You know what I mean? What happened? Where is Ishmael? Not only that, the Quran confirmed that prophethood is coming from Isaac and Jacob, and both they made them a prophet. This is the same chapter 19 verse number 49. In chapter 29 verse 27, look what it says. Chapter of the spider, Al-Ankabut. And we bestowed on him, Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, and we ordained among his offspring the prophethood. Do you see it? Who is the offspring he mentioned? What offspring Allah he mentioned in this verse, which the prophethood will be from them? Isn't it obvious? Isaac and Jacob. At this moment, Muhammad was a hypocrite to the Jews. He's trying to say to them, I agree with you, prophets should come from Isaac and Jacob. A Muslim saying not a priest, not etc. can remember the Bible. I have my mother, she know the Bible by heart from cover to cover. Secondly, if you Muslims, you remember the Quran because it's made like a rap, so you sing it, you don't remember it. You have to repeat it like a 1,000,000 times so you can memorize it. So what a big deal. And if I ask you about one word there, you do not know the meaning. You don't even speak the language. And yes, we have many people who they can recite the whole Bible in the Aramaic language, and they sing it too. And actually, singing the Quran is something Muhammad he stole from the Christians and from the Jews. And because Muhammad he was trying to copy the Christian and the Jews, he made a funny book because he's trying to make like there's a tone. Like you see here, the word here is as-salihin. So what is the last letter? In. Okay, the verse after it, alamin. So now he is playing with the meaning just to make end fit. So like I say, yesterday I saw a rat and he was really so fat. And then he told me to watch a movie. I said to him, it's about what? He said to me, I cannot tell you what. I mean, but the meaning is stupid, silly. This is the Quran. There's no connection between the verse before it, the verse after it, because he's just trying to end with a certain letter. He cannot make a poetry. Obviously, he is very weak in the language. All the great poetry of the Arab are made by, which means the people of the desert, by Christians. 7 of them. It's called al-mu'allaqat al-sab'a. The 7 hanged, they used to hang them on the Kaaba. They are amazing. And actually, I made videos before. If you have my book, you will find that Muhammad he stole many verses from the Quran, from the Arabian poetry, which is made long before him. So as you see, anyway, they are proud they can memorize the Quran, but they don't understand the Quran. And there's a huge difference between this and that. Your prophet himself, he says that he himself do not understand the Quran. Not only that, your God, Allah himself, he says nobody understand the Quran save Allah. What a silly, stupid book. Now, all those verses speak about Ishmael, and we showed you from the Islamic interpretation, even their prophet saying that this is Isaac, the one who God wanted to sacrifice. What about this guy? His name Ishmael. Who is this guy? What the Quran says about him? Nothing. Nothing. Few words. What happened to Ishmael? Nothing. What happened to nothing? I mean, even Isaac, what happened to Isaac? Jacob, you see, just to show you the stupidity of the book, it's called Quran. If you ask a Muslim, the word Israel mentioned in the Quran many times. Okay, who is Israel? Who is a Muslim? Tell us who is Israel. Israel. Oh, children of Israel, shouldn't you tell us first who is this guy Israel? How we will know who is Israel? Who is the Muslim? Tell me who is this guy Israel? They don't know. They have no idea. Nowhere in the Quran it says who is this guy. The Quran mentioned the name Yaqub, which means Jacob, but nowhere mentioned who is Israel. In order to know who is Israel, you have to go to the Bible. So how this can be the book of God, but this book of God, he have time to talk about the ants speaking to the ants, but he don't have to time to tell us why this person, his name now is Israel, and how we can connect between them, how we will find out based on the Quran that Jacob became Israel. You know what I'm saying? If Allah tell me there's a group, it's called the children of Israel, shouldn't we ask him who is Israel? Because nowhere in the Quran says who is this guy Israel. Have you ever heard of Muslim debating Christians and making fun of them because the Bible says that God, he called Jacob Israel because he struggled with him? They say to you, God, he Jacob, he wrestled with God. How many times you heard that? But look, the Quran confirmed the story. The silly Muhammad, by taking the name, he agreed with the story, because this is what Israel mean, the person who struggled with God. That was debating Christians says, so you agree that God, he struggled with Jacob? The Quran says that, you idiot. Do you see it? Are you taking notes? If somebody is a Muslim, he says to you how the Bible says that, and he laugh, ha 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 ha, this is how you shut him up. Do you know what the word Israel mean? The name of Israel, the word Israel mean that the one who struggled with God. As simple as that. So if you don't agree with the story, you make fun of it. Why you have the name there? Why you don't keep the name Jacob? But the problem is that Muslims, they choose wisely who they will debate. They choose someone who do not know anything about Islam, somebody who don't speak Arabic. You know, they choose, like did that he once he debated Anis Sharoush, who is an Arab. He debated him once. The second time he did not show up. Anis Sharoush was waiting for him. He did not show up. Once is enough. Many says it was an angel who struggled. It doesn't matter. You see, it doesn't matter. You see, the name. Let me show you what Muhammad Qasimi said. Many they say it was an angel who struggled with Jacob. Okay, but the word Israel, it says the one who struggled with God, not with the angel. So it's your Quran who agree that this is a struggle with God. If we search right now what the word Israel mean, in front of you, let us see. I will type Israel meaning. Read any of them. Do you see what the word mean? What the word mean? This is the Hebrew. This is the Israeli Hebrew meaning of the word. It's in front of you. So the whole story is, as you notice, Islam is a very confused cult because it's made by a confused man. This is why when Muhammad, he's in the Quran as an example, Muhammad, he says Mary, the sister of Aaron. Mary is Ukhtu Harun. Who is Harun? The brother of Moses. Okay, how Mary she became the brother of Moses? Ka'b al-Ahbar, he came to Aisha and he told her, you know, this is wrong. Aisha, she told him, you are a liar. She accused him to be a liar. He says to her that there's a huge, there's many years between Jesus and between Mary and Aaron. Muhammad, when he came back home, Aisha, she told him, he said, oh. And then he, in order to fix it, he says, oh, at that time they called them by their ancestor, the great ones of their ancestor, but Aaron is not from the ancestor of Mary. He is not from the same tribe. He is not from the same tribe. Oh, the sister, and between two brackets, i.e. the like. It doesn't say that. And we can prove it very easy. Mary is the daughter of who according to the Quran? The daughter of Umran. Who? Umran. Who is Umran? Who is Umran? Anyone can tell me what is the name of the father of Aaron and Moses? Who knows the name? Who wanna help me? What is the name of the father of Moses and Aaron? Somebody help me. Anyone? Let us see how many of you are studying their homework and studying their Bible. Amram. You see how we close the name? Because Muhammad, he could not even pronounce it correctly. So the correct name is Amram. And guess what? There's a chapter in the Quran. It's called Alu Imran. The whole chapter is called Alu Imran. The people of Imran. Who are they? Moses, Aaron, Mary. Read it. That's in the front of you. Who are they? Alu Imran. The children of Imran. Those are the children of Imran. So if the Muslim, they say it was not, it doesn't mean she is the sister of Aaron, but how you fix the mistake that the father of Moses is Imran, and the father in Islam, and the father of Moses in the Bible is Imran. How you fix the mistake that the father of Mary, the mother of Jesus, is Imran in the Quran, but this is wrong in the Bible. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So the Muslim, they try to save their prophet from the humiliation of his lies, saying, "Oh, they are look, it was his, they call her the sister of the Arab. Doesn't mean that you are the sister of the desert. Doesn't mean you are the daughter of the desert. No. He meant it. Why? Because in the Bible, who wanna help me where we can find this verse? It says that there is a three are brothers and sisters. Moses and Aaron and Maryam. Is that correct, guys? And the name is exactly as it's written in Arabic, Maryam. Maryam. The silly Muhammad, he thought that Maryam, the sister of Aaron, the sister of Moses, is the same Maryam. It is the mother of Jesus. If I type right now, let me do this. Hold on. If I go to private Google, I will type the name of the prophet Moses in Islam, not in the Bible. Look at this. Imran, Musa ibn Imran. Do you see it? Musa, the son of Imran. Mary is the daughter of Imran. And Mary, and that make Maryam, she is the sister of Aaron according to Muhammad. So it doesn't matter how much you see. Muhammad is like somebody, he's like a plastic bag and have like a billion hole, and the Muslim, they are trying to keep the water inside. So They keep putting like duct tape here, put duct tape there. He's leaking here, he's leaking there. Muhammad is leaking. Muhammad is leaking all over. And all the duct tapes in the world will not fix him. Not in my present. So what we did today, we showed you from Muslims speeches that a person, he inherit his ethnic from his father. Correct? I played for you the video of Nu'man Khan. What we did today, we showed you from the tafsir of the Muslims that even Muhammad, he said that Isaac is the one who was to be slaughtered, and this is according to Ali, and this is according to Muhammad, and this is according to Ibn Abbas, and this is according, I mean, who is higher than this? Who is higher than those names in Islam? Do you Muslims have more, somebody higher than that? But let me find you the page numbers for those who they like we mentioned the book of Al-Qurtubi, but in this website it doesn't show the page number. Give me a second, let me find the page number. Hold on. You know, because I like to arm you better, so you have reference of things we say, not just Al-Qurtubi. You know. Let us see. I will put for you let's see, so you can relax after talking about this madness of Muhammad. See, I'm trying to find Al-Qurtubi book in Arabic so we can get you the page number. Where is Al-Qurtubi? I mean, that's it. This is the only we need a book where it shows the page number. Hold on. Finally, we found it. Thank God. Here we go. All right. This is the book of Al-Qurtubi. Let me put in the screen for you. This is a book of Al-Qurtubi. Interpretation of the Quran. It's called Al-Jami'u li Ahkam al-Quran. Page number 62. Actually, you can read it from page number 61. It says the same. This is the verse. Page number 61. It says that the one to be slaughtered was Isaac. And they are saying, and this is what agree about by Al-Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib wa ibnuhu Abdullah. the cousin of Muhammad, the uncle of Muhammad too. The cousin of Muhammad, which is Ali, he agreed with it too. And وَهُوَ الصَّحِيحُ عَنْهُ, and this is authentic. And this is mentioned in At-Tabari, volume number 19, page number 579. And in the Ma'ani al-Quran, interpretation of Ma'ani al-Quran, volume number 2, page number 389. And then they continue. We go down. Page number 62. This is again the chapter of As-Saffat, from verse number, chapter Saffat is 37 as chapter in the book of Al-Qurtubi, from verse number 12 to verse 113 interpretation. And Ibn Jurayj, they mentioned it to Ibn Abbas. He said, "Al-Dhabihu Ishaq wa huwa sahih," and they said that Ibn Abbas, he said, this is the cousin of Muhammad, that the one who to be slaughtered by Abraham, it was Isaac, and it is the authentic from Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. So Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, he said that too. And then they count, and even they say that this is according to the Prophet and according to Ali ibn Abu. And look here, it says, look at this. It says that the one who mentioned it is as or they confirm it's as the Dhabih, it is Isaac. He says it is reported from Ali ibn Abi Talib, the cousin of Muhammad, from Abdullah ibn Umar, and the Dhabiha Ishaq wa huwa qawlu Umar. Even the Caliphate Umar, he said this is Isaac. Even the Caliphate. So we have Muhammad, we have Ali, we have Umar, and we have Ibn Mas'ud, and we have Abu Huraira. I mean, who is left? And here it says, and those, the 7 companions of the Prophet, they said that 7 companions he counted, the important ones. 2 of them are Caliphate. 1 of them is his cousin. Actually, 2 of them they are his cousin, Ali and Ibn Abbas, and 2 of them are Caliphate. They said and they confirm that it is Isaac. Banner is blocking the text. What banner? Oh, sorry. Yeah, guys, tell me, remind me from time if I. Sorry for that. Did we take the reference? So how a Muslim can debate you that this is not Isaac? But the whole idea, you see, the Muslims, they spread propaganda that Muhammad is from Ishmael. Christian, they copy paste. Many of them, they are like that. There, you go to America, they say the son of Ishmael. First of all, the Arab are a small nation. If we can call them a nation, and I told you 1,000,000 times, I am an Arab. We are not a nation. That's why we look different. We look different. You see, somebody is an Arab, he's blonde. Somebody is an Arab, he have a blue eyes. How's it? Somebody in Arab, the Somalian, they call themselves Arab. But what somebody from Somalia have to do with me? What somebody from Algeria have to do with me? What somebody from Morocco have to do with me? How somebody from Saudi Arabia have to do with someone he is from Algeria? Islam always do Arabization, which means they control and then they force the Arab and the Arab culture. You go to Pakistan, okay, what is the name of any Pakistani guy? Arabic name. They try to dress like Arab, talk like Assalamu alaikum. Nobody want to say in his language. That's it. They don't have a language. The Arabic will take over. And this is the strategic way of Islam to destroy. It come to your country, and then it force the Arab culture on you. And the excuse is Islam. This is the language of God. So you cannot pray to God in your language. You have to pray in Arabic. Slowly, 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 you find yourself believing and repeating that you are an Arab person, but you are not. When I say I'm an Arab, doesn't mean I am from an ethnic. It's called Arab. There's nothing. No, there's not such a thing. There's no such a thing. The word Arab is an Aramaic word for the desert. Aramaic, even the word Aram. You see, in the old days, names have a meaning, and then is the meaning that give a definition for you. So when you say Hebrew, what the word Hebrew mean? Somebody tell me what the word Hebrew mean. Somebody saying thank you Allah for the blessing of Islam. Where is the blessing? Go and look at your countries. I see the blessing of Islam all over. If you don't believe me, look at Pakistan, look at Saudi Arabia. You will see the blessing of Islam all over. You need the blessing of Islam. You need the protection of Trump. And all Islamic countries are slaughtering each other. The blessing of Islam. This is the blessing of Islam. Do you have something better? The one who's saying thank you for the blessing of Islam. I was asking a question. What was the question? Who remember? Who remember? Nobody remember? I have 1,400 people watching. Nobody remember the question? What was the Hebrew? What the word Hebrew mean? Who wanna help me? What the word Hebrew mean? Anyone knows? Any Muslim knows? Even the Muslim, they called him Hebrew, but they don't know why. They called them children of Israel. They don't know why. They don't know what Israel mean. They don't know what Abraham mean. They do not know what Isa mean. They do not know what the Messiah mean. What do you know? Any Muslim want to tell me what Hebrew mean? What Abraham mean? And why you do not know? Many, they think that the word Hebrew, it is a name of an ethnic. It's not. All those describe an act the same as the word Adam. It is not a name. God, he called the first male and female Adam. That's meaning human. It's not a name. It's an act of God creating a human. So the problem with the Muslims is they copy names from the Jews, from the Christians, but they are not connected with them. They are disconnected. Abraham, it's not Abraham, it's Avraham or Avra, the one who crossed the river, or the one who crossed to the other side. Why Abraham was called that name? Because he crossed the other side, or he crossed to the other side, and he left the pagan belief. He left his people who believe as pagan, which means even his name is not really a real name as we think. It's an act. Do you remember before we mentioned that well, how we know that he's a Muslim? Okay, somebody saying to me a Muslim on a call. Let us see. We will give him a chance. Okay. Yeah, the picture he have in his Skype look funny. Doesn't sound like someone serious. But we will give him a chance. Answer me, Mr. Okay, let us call him.
Hello.
Yes, my friend, you are live on air. What do you like to say to us? Supposed you are a Muslim,
Yes.
right?
Yes, yes.
All right,
I'm
go
a
ahead.
Muslim. Yes.
Go ahead. Who is
So what?
the topic
Yeah.
is about
What?
who is the one who Allah wanted to slaughter,
Sacrifice. Yes. Yes. Yes.
sacrifice? Yeah.
Okay. First of all, you gave us the that quote from the Quran, that verse that you gave, and you took it completely out of context.
Which one?
The one that you gave about the and we made him sacrifice فأفديناه بذبح عظيم.
Okay, you speak Arabic. Okay. What about it?
And you took it completely out of
Why I
context.
took
And
it
you
out?
didn't talk about the other verse that said وقال إني ذاهب إلى ربي سيهدين ربي هب لي من الصالحين فبشرناه بغلام حليم.
Okay.
So we gave him the good news of a forbearing son.
Thank you.
Who's that forbearing son? Can you tell me who it is?
Who? You tell me.
No, you tell me, because
Well, here
maybe
we go.
I don't know.
You see, okay, you speak Arabic. That's wonderful. Here we go. This is Tafsir al-Qurtubi. Can you read for me in the screen?
Let me see. And we ransomed him with a great sacrifice.
No, read in the screen, and it's in Arabic. And you translate.
You said. Okay.
And you translate, please. And you translate. And you translate. Go ahead.
Okay, says, this is Tafsir what, Tabari?
This is al-Qurtubi. This is al-Qurtubi. فقال أكثرهم. Read carefully, please. From here. فقال أكثرهم. Translate from there.
Where is? Okay. فقال أكثرهم الذبيح إسحاق.
Translate.
Okay. Who's أكثر?
Translate.
And most of them said the sacrifice is Isaac.
Okay. Who is most of them?
Shit.
Okay, most of them is shit.
No. Okay, wait.
Did you say most of them is shit?
First of all, no, wait. No, wait. That doesn't mean that most. Now you have to remember.
I'm remembering. I remember you just said the word shit. I'm asking you. Most of them, they say it is Isaac. Who is most of them? Who are they?
The scholars.
Okay, but you just told, hold on, but you just told the people here that I took the word and the meaning out of context, blah 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 blah. But when all the majority, hold on, the majority.
Wait. What I meant is that you only took one tafsir, which is
no, I did not. No, I did not.
So let me read.
No, I did not.
Okay.
No, I did not. Even Ibn Kathir, he could not hesitate to mention that this is mentioned exactly, but Ibn Kathir, he don't agree with it. That's all. But Ibn Kathir is just a guy who came 600 years after. We have here, it says that the one who agree with this is the following names. Look how big the names. Who is Ibn Kathir? Ibn Abbas, the cousin of your prophet. Ali ibn Abi Talib, the cousin of your prophet, and the one who became a caliphate. And the Umar ibn al-Khattab. And Abu Huraira. So who is Ibn Kathir? Do Ibn Kathir count next to those names?
Well, of course not. But what I'm saying is that Ibn Kathir is one of the top scholars of tafsir.
No, he's not. You just told me. You just told me. No. You just told me he don't count next to them. You just told me he don't count next to them. I mentioned to you Ibn Abbas. I mentioned to you Ali ibn Abu Talib. I mentioned to you Umar ibn Khattab. Ibn Mas'ud. Okay, let me ask you. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud or Ibn Kathir?
Okay, that's of course Abdullah ibn Mas'ud.
Okay, so Ibn Kathir then, Ibn Kathir, he go back to school. So Ibn Kathir, so you cannot, you just agree that Abdullah ibn Mas'ud is a way higher, of course. So Ibn Kathir is an idiot compared to Allah. So why you are taking now Ibn Kathir against your prophet, against your Ibn Abbas, against Ali ibn Abi Talib, the cousin of your prophet, and the caliphate, and against the caliphate Umar, and even Abu Huraira? How come Ibn Kathir now the one you like? You dump all of those which are the most high, and you take the most low between them.
Okay. Look. I'll tell you something.
Tell me something. Go ahead.
I concede in that point. Okay, there's no problem in that. Okay, I was wrong in that point, but what I'm saying is that using common sense, who's the older son of them?
Thank you.
Who's the oldest one? Is it Ishmael or
Thank you.
Isaac?
Okay, thank you. Allah, he blessed who of them? Which one was blessed
Ishmael, Ishmael, because when did Abraham
Okay, hold on.
made his supplication?
My friend, okay, my friend, hold
Was
on.
it after Ishmael was born?
Okay,
or not?
Hold on.
Before?
Okay, all right. Okay. When it says here, you are the one who mentioned to me this verse. It says, and we gave him a glad tiding of boy, forbearing boy, correct?
Okay, yes.
All right. Who is this boy?
Ishmael.
And what about Isaac?
Isaac came after Ishmael.
Isaac came after Ishmael. Okay.
Years.
Okay, but is it
Ishmael
but
is
okay
older
but did God told Abraham you will have Ishmael, who told him he will have Isaac?
When did he tell him you will have Isaac?
Let us go.
When did he say an exact
Okay,
name? Is that
which one Allah he gave as a gift to Abraham? Ishmael or Isaac?
Ishmael.
Let us see the Quran.
Okay.
And I'm glad that you speak Arabic, and that will solve a lot of problem. Here we go. Read for me chapter 6 verse number 84, sorry.
وَوَهَبْنَا لَهُ إِسْحَاقَ, and we bestowed upon him Ishaq, Isaac, and Yaqub, Jacob. Each of them we guided, and before him
where is Ishmael? You are the one who said to me that he should mention there's no Isaac. You should mention first Ishmael. Where is Ishmael?
This is not related to his supplication.
No. Where is Ishmael? Why Allah did not say? Why Allah? Okay, Allah he gave as a gift to Abraham. Well, all the children are a gift of God anyway. My children, your children too, right? So, but your God is saying, and we bestowed upon him, and he named 2 names, correct? And then he jumped to talk about names have nothing to do with this, and Noah and David. I mean, look at this madness here. How Noah became between Jacob and David. Do you see there's something wrong here? And how Job, he became between Solomon and Yusuf. Obviously the one who is making those names up or putting them together, they don't match. They have nothing to do with each other. Nothing to do with each other. Same time, if we go in different verse in the Quran, it says chapter 11 verse number 71. You said to me that when Allah he told Abraham, we are going to give you a son, it is Ishmael. You said that. I asked you, who is this one, the Ghulam and the Halim? You said to me, this is Ishmael. Okay, read the verse.
And his wife was standing, and she laughed, but we gave her.
Don't say the word shit again.
No, wait. This happened after Ishmael came.
My friend, the verse here, the Quran is so clear. You are the one who said that Allah he gave a glad news, a tiding news. Okay, so why this is the guy already have a son? The Abraham already have a son. So what this is the news is about? Why it's a big deal? As you see, Allah he bestowed a gift on Abraham, and that is named as Isaac, and after him Jacob. Read it.
Yeah.
At the same time, I want to remember that here it says that there's a miracle happen. She said, like she's amazed how I can have I'm an old woman. So this is the gift of God. The gift of God is a miracle because she's an old woman. Ishmael, he was not born from an old woman. This is why actually Abraham, because he gave up that his wife, she is very old. She cannot have kids. So Ishmael was a gift from God, not as we prove now. It was Isaac. Isaac is the gift of God, for he is have a miraculous birth. This is why it was like a big news. So the first verse you mentioned is connected to this verse, as you say.
Well, I guess I was wrong.
All right, that's wonderful, my friend.
Yeah.
All right, where are you from, my friend? Do you like to say where are you from?
Yeah. Well, I'm from the US, but I'm originally Egyptian, so.
Egyptian, okay. You know what? I'm going to change the topic for you. Forget. Okay, so now I prove that I'm right, and I respect you, by the way, for saying that you were wrong. I respect that in this person, by the way, because usually some arrogant people, they go stubborn. I mean, even if he knew, you know, if he knew that he is wrong, he go like, no, I'm not wrong. This person, I can tell, I have to respect him for admitting that he's wrong, and nothing wrong with being wrong.
Yeah,
when you find out, you say, okay, I was wrong. So let me ask you, my friend, you as a person who is speaking Arabic, a Muslim, and I am a Christian, how you can prove to me that Muhammad is a prophet of God?
Well, because like the problem, the thing is, that's what I was taught basically growing up.
I understand, my friend. I'm just asking you. Now you are a Muslim already, and you are calling me, and you have.
Truly believe that he is a prophet.
I can tell you have some knowledge too, which means you studied, you learn. You are not just like you learn. So based on what you learn, how you convince yourself that Muhammad is a prophet? Can you use how you convince yourself to convince me that Muhammad is a prophet?
Like you can't like, what is the benefit? So basically, look, I will use your logic right now. It's a scam, it's a lie, he's a false prophet. Okay, but for what?
Okay, let us show you from the Quran.
Okay, what is the benefit of doing such a thing? I mean, the guy wasn't living in a palace, the guy wasn't doing all
I will
these
use
stuff.
your logic. What the benefit? Here we go.
And
What
plus,
what
like,
is the benefit? My friend, I don't know what's your name. What's your name?
And he has a lot
what I shall call you, my friend? What's your name?
I don't want to say my name because my name is Muhammad. Yeah, okay.
Listen, Muhammad. A verse in front of us, chapter 33, verse number 50, and you speak Arabic very well. It says, any believing woman, she offer herself to the prophet, yes, tankihu. What does have to do with God? Why God in the 7 galaxies behind the 7 rivers and the 7 seas, he is worrying, he go to his office and he writes saying, any woman she want to give herself to the prophet, so the prophet he can have sex with her. What does have to do with God? You just said to me, if Muhammad is a scam, what is the benefit? What does have to do with God? What does have to do with Islam? Okay, Islam is about worshiping one God, praying to God, blah 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 blah. Okay, but what does have to do with God? But any woman she can give herself to the prophet. What that will do exactly to Allah?
Yeah, well, because there is like waqt nuzul. The reason why this verse came down, there are reasons for these verses that they came down. There are certain events that happen.
Okay, tell me the reason. You see, you are trying to use the logic. God saying to Muhammad, any woman she want to offer herself, and this is a privilege only to thee. Okay, what that have to do with Islam and Allah? Women coming in the door of Muhammad, Muhammad, take me to your bed. What does have to do with God?
Well, as I said, like there are reasons.
My friend, tell me the reasons. What does have to do with God? I'm asking you about the reason. I'm not ignoring the reason. I want the reason. Muhammad is a prophet. He have already.
Okay, if you know the reason, okay. I don't know the reason by heart.
I know the reason. It's a fraud, as you said from the beginning. You said How you say that Muhammad, I want to go, you said to me, I want to go with your logic, you said that Muhammad is a scam. So what is the reason? He's getting benefit. You see, all cult leaders, they share two things. They want to take your money and they want to sleep with your wife. Let me ask you, is it true that in the interpretation of the Muslim books, and you are a Muslim and you speak Arabic, which is wonderful, it says that if the prophet, he want his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her so he can have her?
Well, I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure about that one. I don't know. I haven't read that one anywhere.
Okay, let me find it for you. I'm taking advantage of having you as a person speak Arabic, because if I say that to somebody he don't speak Arabic, you know, we will have a problem. All right. Let us find the reference. And I will find an authentic website, not like a website maybe made by some people. All right, this is the chapter of Al-Ahzab. I will put it for you on the screen, and
okay.
I want you to read with me carefully, please. This is, I think you know the website very well, Quran KSU.edu SA, Saudi Arabia. I think you are familiar with the website, right?
Yeah, I know this website is
right.
It's the most trusted one when you want to look for tafsir.
That's wonderful. Okay, and this is Tafsir Al-Qurtubi. Let us go down, and as long as you speak Arabic, that's really wonderful. You will find this. The privilege of the Prophet. They are counting the privilege of the Prophet. The number one is the best of the booty. Does it say that, or I'm lying? Safiyul Maghna.
Yeah.
Okay, the best of the booty. Number two, Al-istibdadu bi khums al-khumsi aw al-khums. He will have all inclusive. The fifth of the booty. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Then they continue, and then they say الرابع الزيادة على أربع نسوة, to increase more than 4 wives, correct? الخامس النكاح بلفظ الهبة, which means he do not need to get married. The woman, she said, take me, she's his.
Okay.
Number 6, to have sex with the women without the permission of her parents.
Yeah, النكاح بغير ولي.
Thank you. This is a privilege only for Muhammad. It's all about sex. Then number 7, النكاح بغير صداق, without paying. He do sleep with women without paying them. Number 8, he can have sex even when he's around the Kaaba. Number 9, he can take an oath, and his oath in the front of his wives, and he is not going to be like it's okay for him to take a false oath for his wives. Number 10, and I want you please to translate, was العاشر إذا وقع بصره على امرأة وجب على زوجها طلاقها وحل له نكاحها. Translate please.
Yeah, if he puts his eyes on a woman, her husband has to divorce her, and he can marry her to take her. Okay, look. What is the authenticity?
My friend, this is your books. I mean, you're asking me.
Yeah, I know.
This is Ibn al-Arabi. This is not the Christian Prince. This is not me and you. This is not Ibn Kathir. We are talking about big names. So, and listen. Did your prophet, he did practice that? This is about what? This is about the Zayd and Zainab. His eyes fall into Zainab, and he forced him to divorce her. This is what the guy is saying. He liked Zainab. The guy, he came to him, okay, take her father. Zayd is the adopted son of Muhammad. So look at this. You said to me, what is the benefit? Okay, what he is doing this. So he take the first, the fifth of every attack, which means if the Muslims attack a Christian village or a Jewish village, the fifth,
he takes the fifth of the booty. Yeah,
thank you. Not only that, the best of the booty. Not only he will take the top. Safiyul Maghanim. You know what Safiyul Maghanim mean, right? The best. like the biggest TV, the biggest car, right? So what you are telling me? Obviously, he's a gang leader, and now not only that. I mean, why a prophet of God? He see, with my respect to your family, Mr. Muhammad, I'm not trying to insult, or let us say me, so you don't be offended. Let us say I'm a Muslim and I'm married, and my wife, she walked in the front of the prophet, and then the prophet, he saw my wife, and now I have to divorce her so he can sleep with her. Be honest with me, is that right to do?
Yeah, that's like me. Personally, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. But what guarantees you that that might happen? You know, because at the end, if you look at it, he's a prophet.
What the prophet? Okay, see, here we go.
So God has to keep him away from, you know,
away
maybe
from
getting seduced by other people or stuff like this.
He is seduced already. Look at this. A woman walk by, he want to have her. I mean, the guy is already married. He have 13 wives, and he have many sex slaves. So why he want to have a married woman? It's not enough what you have. He's not like a single guy. He cannot find a woman to marry him. And how in the world a woman, she is married, she have a husband, just because your eyes fall into her, you force the husband to divorce her so he can have her immediately. إذا وقع بصره على امرأة وجب. You know what wajaba mean, right? It's a must. It's a must for her husband to divorce her. If somebody tried to do that to you, with my respect to your family, are you going to let him do that to you?
To be honest, no.
Okay, so how you accept Muhammad doing that to you, to you know, whatever people? This is first not just. Secondly, Muhammad, he proved that he have no ethic. Number three, Muhammad, obviously he have a benefit, money and sex, from this religion. He's not serving God, he's serving himself. He made verses. Look what Aisha, she said. Do you know what Aisha, she said to him when he made those verses? She said, "Inni ara rabbuka yusari'u ila hawaka ya Muhammad."
Yeah, yusari'u fi hawaka. I see your God is doing whatever he can to please you.
All right. So why Allah is Allah serving Muhammad sexual desire? Why? What does this have to do with God?
It's like you can tell, you know, she felt jealous.
Okay, no problem. But my friend, is it right that there's God? The guy, he have already many wives, he have many sex slaves, he receive many women as gift, even from rulers, additional to the women he kidnapped them from their husbands. So what this is about? Aisha, she is said clearly, now she trying to put an excuse why she did that. I felt jealous, but the fact, she did not feel jealous. She noticed that his God, this guy, he wished to have this woman. Here we go, a verse come. This guy, he want to have a verse come, which means Muhammad, he subjugated God to his sexual desire. Do you believe that religion have an ethic, will teach you to have sex with your daughter?
No, that's just disgusting. But that,
did you hear Muslims saying how the Bible says that Lot, he slept with his daughters in the Bible? Have you ever heard this accusation by Muslims?
Yeah. They always tell me that. Of course, I mean, brother, read their books and look. It's just.
But you see, the Bible doesn't say that God, he says to Lot or to his daughters, go and have sex. This is what they did. It's like me now reporting a crime happened right now in Manchester. Somebody, he took a knife, he started stabbing people. But this is not God saying that. The Bible reporting a story, and here you see the hypocrisy. Now, if I show you right now, and you speak Arabic, and I'm taking advantage of having you actually as my guest,
okay,
that you can have sex with your daughter if she is a daughter from adultery, are you going to leave Islam?
Well, look, I've always had this problem because, like, they say that, okay, if Muhammad, I always ask them, if Muhammad can do these things, then why didn't God permit it to Jesus, Abraham, and all these other prophets? Why it's only him? So I already had this problem, but I don't. If you can prove it, then show me.
All right.
Show me then. I want to see it, but I want to see it from an authentic source, because
Sure.
there's no way you can marry your. I've never seen anyone do that who's a Muslim.
Oh no,
But
they will count for you many names actually in the reference. There's many names. If we go to chapter 25, hold on. I will put it for you on screen. Give me a second. I'm just trying to open the same website we opened before, as long you are familiar with it. Look like all right. I will put it for you. All right. This is, we go here to chapter. All right. This is the website. You agree and you know it. It's very authentic, correct? The same website.
Yeah.
All right. This is Tafsir al-Qurtubi. You can see my screen?
yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Tafsir al-Qurtubi. Let us read together. Because some Muslims, they say that I'm lying about translation. It says, قوله تعالى نسبا وصهرا النسب والصهر معنيان من كل قربة etc. قال ابن العربي النسب عبارة عن خلط الماء بين الذكر والأنثى على وجه الشرع، فإن كان بمعصية كان خلقا مطلقا ولم يكن نسبا محققا، ولذلك لم يدخل تحت قوله حرمت عليكم أمهاتكم وبناتكم بنته من الزنا، لأنها ليست ببنت له في أصح القولين لعلمائنا وأصح القولين في الدين، وإذا لم يكن نسبا شرعا فلا صهر شرعا، فلا يحرم الزنا بنت أو بنت أم ولا أم بنت، وما يحرم من الحلال لا يحرم من الحرام. Translation. I will translate or you translate. Go ahead, translate, you translate.
Okay, well, show me Tafsir ibn Kathir. Can you
hold
show me
on.
just
Why you wanna
Tafsir
go
ibn
there?
Kathir?
You said to me, show me, right? I'm showing you. It says.
Okay, but sometimes
But does
we
it
have
say?
like
Does it
between the
say?
ulama,
My
we have
friend, my
some.
friend. No. Hold on. Does it say that a person who have a daughter from adultery, he can have sex with the mother and the daughter?
Oh yeah, from adult.
Okay, but does it say too? Does it say لأنها ليست له بنت له according to the most authentic opinion? I don't know what happened to my mouse. It's not working. Hold on. I hope my mouse is not out of I don't see it. What happened? My mouse is not working. It doesn't say there. Let me fix it. Doesn't say there that this is according to the most opinion of scholars, Mr. Muhammad. Read with me.
Yeah, well, I guess. Yeah, well, I
Okay.
guess you can do that.
All right. So, and this is according to who? To the most accurate opinion in the religion. Right? وفي أصح قولين لعلمائنا وأصح القولين في الدين. What kind of religion this religion is? You can have sex with your daughter. This is not Lot having sex with his daughter when he was drunk, and his daughter, they want to have kids because there's nobody around them. They were afraid that they will not have kids, and they will not be surviving. This is
Yeah,
not,
I understand, but
Okay.
also if you look at the bottom, it says اختلف الفقهاء في نكاح الرجل
No
ابنته
problem.
من الزنا.
My
So
friend.
like they have differences in this case.
But this is Islam, my friend. Islam all about differences. Nobody agree about anything. But as you see here, it says أصح القولين لعلمائنا وأصح القولين في الدين. The most accurate opinion. Your prophet, he says, لا تجتمع أمتي على باطل. Do you agree? So if the majority agree upon something according to Muhammad, it must be true. And the majority agree.
Yeah.
So the majority of Islam, according to Muhammad, is the one who we should consider, and the one we should consider is the one saying you can have sex with your daughter as long as she is a daughter from adultery. What they are saying there, the Quran, just to make it clear, Quran forbid anyone to have sex with his daughter, but if she is daughter from marriage. If she is not daughter from marriage, just what the verse saying here, he can have sex with the mother and her daughter. And there's many stories about many who did have sex with their daughter, and they have sex with the mother, or even they have sex with the sister and they marry the wife, or even have sex with the you know, I mean, it's all, there's tons of stories. So what do you think about this, Muhammad?
Yeah. Yeah, that's just disgusting, to be honest. I mean, I definitely wouldn't do that.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, what kind of religion you are disagreeing about? We can have sex with our daughter or not? I mean, this is crazy. I mean, this is something should not be discussed. Correct?
Yeah,
Me
of
and
course.
you, we should not discuss. We
Just...
should not debate about it, because this is, come on, this is really sick. So the Muslim, they come to us, they say the story of Lot of having sex with his daughter, which is not God saying to him. This is what the daughters did. If my daughter, I'm not married, I don't have children, but let us say for the sake of argument, my daughter, she gave me drugs and she did something with me when I am asleep. Can you judge me by that? No, I can't judge her. Did God say that to her? No. So here we have different story. Here we have religion teaching people that if you have a daughter, she is not of a marriage. You can have sex with her mother and your daughter, which means if a Muslim man, he have a girlfriend, and his girlfriend, she gave birth to a daughter, he can sleep with the mother and the daughter at the same time.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't do that. I mean, that's sick. I wouldn't do that. I don't know who does this. Well, to be honest,
this is okay. Well, Muhammad, when he had sex with Zainab, and she is the wife of his son from adoption, isn't it sick too?
Yeah, but she divorced him.
Doesn't matter. See, no, hold on. First of all, she did not divorce him. Muhammad, he went to the house and he flirted with her. Don't you know that?
Do you have any, like, no, I didn't know that. Like, where did you guys, is there a hadith?
Okay, hold on. Sure, we have hadith. I mean, you know,
and an authentic one, maybe.
Sure. Hold on. Okay, yeah, you know, the Quran even saying that. Okay, hold on. Let's see. When the story said, chapter 33, verse number 37, when you say to the one which supposedly Allah bless him, hold your wife for you, but you hide what is in what Allah bestowed on you. Okay, what he bestowed on you? That this is your woman, take her. The Quran saying that Muhammad was a hypocrite man, saying to the man, keep your wife, while his heart is something else. He want the women. This is Quran. Now we go to the interpretation, chapter 33, verse number 37.
Yeah.
And we go to
keep
37.
Your wife to yourself and fear Allah.
Yeah, but he want her. Hypocrisy. Imagine I want the women, but I say to the husband, no, come keep her, man, keep her. Okay. Now look at this. And I will show you. We will go right away to the reference. Read with me carefully, Muhammad. I really respect you, guys. Can you deny that this gentleman is very? I can tell he's coming from a good Muslim family. I can tell, because usually people are very arrogant. You show it to them in the front of them, they deny, they change the topic. But look, this guy is a decent guy. Not because he's agreeing with me, because he's agreeing that this is what is written, because this is the truth. Usually this is real to happen. So I have a lot of respect for you, my friend Muhammad, even though maybe this is not your real name. Listen, it says here, وقال مقاتل زوج النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم زينب بنت جحش من زيد. Who is the one who married Zainab to Zayd? Muhammad.
Okay.
I want to take a note. And then فمكثت عنده حين ثم أنه عليه السلام أتى زيدا يوما يطلبه فأبصر زينب قائمة كانت بيضاء جميلة جسيمة من أتم نساء قريش فهويها وقال سبحان الله مقلب القلوب فسمعت زينب بالتسبيحة فذكرتها لزيد ففطن زيد فقال يا رسول الله ائذن لي في طلاقها. Translate, Muhammad. I will leave the translation for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was at Zayd's house and he saw her
And what he said?
get up,
Mhm.
and she was white, and good body, and all that stuff. And he said,
And he
Yeah.
فهويها. What هويها mean? He liked her, right?
"Yeah, well, he liked her."
And then what he said?
Subhanallah muqallib al-qulub.
So,
Woe to God who moves hearts.
his
Or-
heart moved. But he's talking to who? To a married woman. And this married woman is married to his son. This is why he's allowed to be there when the husband is not there, correct?
Yeah, correct.
You know, you as a Muslim, you don't accept a strange man to go inside your house if you are not there. Unless maybe he's your brother or your father, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So Muhammad is taking advantage of being the father of this guy, getting inside the house when the man is not there. What he do? He flirt with his wife, with the wife of his son. And look,
Yeah, but if you continue, to read, Zayd told him,
no, hold on.
let me
Continue
divorce
read.
her. She's-
Muhammad, read. فسمعت زينب بالتسبيحة. So what Zainab, she heard, which means Muhammad, he said that loud. When a man
Yeah.
he say that loud, it means he is telling her, he's flirting.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I might like a woman, but I don't say. I mean, let us say all of us, we commit sin. All of us, we are sinners. And I was walking in the street and I saw a woman, maybe she is married. And like, wow, she is beautiful. But look, he did not even say she is beautiful. He said clearly that Allah, he made his heart flip. And he said that loud. And she heard it. فسمعت زينب بالتسبيحة فذكرتها لزيد. She mentioned what his father said to who? To Zayd. Until this moment, Zayd did not want to divorce the wife. Look what it says. فَفَطِنَ Zayd. Did you see the word فَفَطِنَ?
Yeah.
He got it. Zayd, he got it. فَفَطِنَ. And then he went to the prophet. He said, يا رسول الله إذن لي في طلاقها فإن فيها كبرة. So he is trying to get rid of her. Obviously, Muhammad, he want her. He knew he would kill him if he wouldn't get. So he went there. Obviously, he was happy with her all this time. He never complained. Now suddenly, Zayd is not good. Sorry, Zainab is hurting him. No, he is trying to say, okay, you want her. I heard what you said to my wife. She is not good for me. Take her.
Yeah.
What a shame. Do you accept such a man to be your prophet, Muhammad? A man, you trust him, you give him the key of your house, and he adopt you as a son. He announced, like everybody says, even the hadith says that the prophet of Allah, he screamed, he says, everybody from now on should know that Muhammad, the father of Zayd, and Zayd is the son of Muhammad. He announced it many times. So now he go to his house and he betray his own adopted son. Let us forget about being a son. What about a friend? Imagine a friend of yours come to your house and he do that to you.
Yeah.
I think Muhammad, it's time for you to leave Islam. I mean, there's no way a gentleman like you, smart like you, and I can tell coming from a good family, he will accept such a man to be his best example. This is what they told us, you know, in the Middle East. You are a Middle Eastern, I am Middle Eastern. Do you and I, the Prophet was the perfect man, the most amazing man, you know, like amazing. Even Aisha, even Aisha, she said
say that.
Quran. Aisha, she claimed that Muhammad ethic is Quran. This is ethic. So what do you think, Muhammad? I invite you to leave Islam immediately. You are smarter than this cult.
Yeah, just. Well, if it's like that, if it's like, if this is like true, if this is true, because look, I want to say something.
Go ahead.
Because we all know that when you have a prophet's whole life is based on delivering a message. And not marrying 13 women and flirting with other women. So if it's like that, if this is what happens right here, then I like there's no way this guy is a prophet.
Thank you. I mean to that. Thank you. See, I can tell he is struggling to say it. You are struggling to make the word come from your mouth, but this is the truth. If this is this and this is this and this is what it is, this is the Muslim books. The Muslims who are proud about their prophet saying in their books that this is what the prophet did. So what about the one who is not proud about Muhammad, what they do? I am really happy for you that you decide to leave Islam, but I have a duty. I have a duty as a Christian to invite you to accept the Messiah as your savior. I believe that you believe in God, correct? Still?
Yeah.
Okay. And now you agreed that Muhammad cannot be a prophet. That means he's a fraud. So I invite you to accept the Messiah as your savior right now, right here. And I will be happy to help you if you have any question.
But this is a bit confusing because, like, I don't know. It's a big risk. I don't know.
My friend, the risk
and
is,
like, where am I gonna go? What am I gonna do? Am I gonna be like a Catholic? And if it
no, there's nothing called Catholic, Protestant. There's not. Those are sect. They are not. This is not really what we follow. We follow Christ. We don't follow a church name. Those are names. People create them. But what we follow is Christ and his teaching. And the teaching is very simple. You do not need to be Catholic. You do not need to be Protestant. Who told you? You read the Bible. There's nothing called Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox. This is not really. This is division. It's most of it is about politics. Christ is our Lord, not the Pope, not a bishop, not a Christian prince, not a priest. We don't follow men. All men are corrupt. We follow only the Messiah. He is the only one we can trust.
Okay.
So when I invite you to believe in Jesus, I'm not asking you to believe in any church of those. You believe in Jesus, not on a church name. Those are the followers.
Okay.
They are not the God. We don't have a bishop, he's God. The Pope of the Catholic himself, he confesses his sin every Sunday. He's a sinner too. And the Bible says that every soul commits sin, but there's only one person. He never did that. So what do you think about accepting Jesus as your savior?
Okay, I'm gonna need you just to explain me one thing, only one thing in Christianity.
All right.
Just one thing real quick.
All right.
It's basically about the Trinity. We have always been told that, like, okay, how can God be man and how can God die? And
okay, so the question is about the Trinity or about how God can die, or which one?
yeah, the entire concept, because like if you say like Jesus is God and he got crucified, so like how can God die?
All right.
Or like,
okay, you see, I will go with you. How God can die? Who said that to you, that God died? You see, Jesus, he said, before Abraham I am. Before Abraham I am. And let me put the screen, the verse in front of you. So before Abraham I am. So what the Jews they killed is the flesh of Jesus, but Jesus exists previously to his birth from Mary.
Okay.
So they killed the flesh. This is why they said to them, you can destroy this flesh and I will build, you can destroy this temple. He's talking about the temple, the body, and I will rebuild it in 3 days, about his resurrection. And why 3? Just to confirm the Trinity. If you read with me carefully,
Okay.
you will see Jesus saying to them, before Abraham I am, was I am. And then the Jews said to him, do we not say rightly that you are a Samaritan and have a demon? They think that this guy have a demon. What he's talking about? How he before Abraham? Jesus answered, I do not have a demon, but I honor my Father, and you dishonor me. I do not seek my own glory, not like Muhammad. You see, there is one who seek and judges. And then Jesus continues saying, the Jews answer him, now we know that you are a demon. Abraham is dead, and the prophets, and you say, if anyone keeps my words, he shall never taste death. Okay, all people die. So what do you mean, whoever believe in me or listen to my words, he will not die? So they got him wrong. They thought he's saying, if you believe in me, you will not die. But this is not the death he's talking about. The death where that you will have an eternal life, which means you will not retest death, which is the death of hell. You go to hell, you will never come back. Are you greater than the father, our father Abraham, who is dead, and the prophet who are dead? Who do you make yourself out to be? Jesus answered, if I honor myself, my honor is nothing. It is my Father who honor me, of whom you say that he is your God. Yet you have not known him, but I know him. And if I do not know him, I shall be a liar like you. But you do not know him and keep his words. Your father Abraham rejoiced to see my day, and I saw it and was glad. Jesus now claiming that he saw and he met with Abraham. The Jews, they said, you are not yet 50 years old and you have seen Abraham? Jesus said, most assuredly I say to you, before Abraham was, I am. And then they took the stones to kill him. So Jesus confirmed, and you see here the word I am. Do you see the word I am? Each time Jesus says I am, he is saying I am God, because when Moses asked God, I'm going to tell my people what I will say to them, he says to tell them I am who I am. This is, the Bible never give really a name as it is, as a name as you call him Allah. It is I am the one who exists by myself. I am. There's no name can describe me. There's no name can contain me. There's no language can tell about me. So tell them I am who I am. I'm your God. So before Abraham I am. So when the Jews they killed, my friend, they killed the flesh which is created by him. This is only creation. They only took down the flesh. And then Jesus, he proved to them that there's no grave can contain me, no death can take me. And he said in many places in the Bible, I lay down myself and nobody can take it from me. And this is why the Bible says, for God he loved the world, the whole world, including the Muslims, the Hindus, the Buddhas. Because he loved the world, he sent his only begotten son to save them. So the death of Jesus actually proven to us that Jesus is God, not the opposite. Because Jesus, first of all, he overcome the death, which proved to us that yes, there is a resurrection. Even the Quran confirmed that Jesus, he resurrect people from death. And even he created from the mother bird. He breathed into it. So Jesus, he overcome death by death. He went to death and he showed us that by me, if you believe in me, look what I did. Here we go. They killed me, I'm back. You will have the same. This is why he says, whoever believe in me, he will never die. He will never taste death. And the death he's talking about, death of hell. You go to eternity away from God. So Jesus here, when he speak about himself, he said, if I witness to myself like Muslim, they witness to Muhammad, and Muhammad witnessed to himself that he's a prophet. But look what Jesus said. I don't witness by myself. My Father, he witnessed for me. And how the Father, he witnessed for Jesus in many places. When Jesus, he got baptized, a sound in the sky appear and says, this is my only begotten Son. So the Lord, the Father, he witnessed to Jesus. And about, I hope I answer you about Jesus being crucified. I don't know if this is convincing for you.
No, okay.
You need more explanation? No, tell me, it's okay. Say it's yes or no. It's convincing or not?
No, it's convincing.
Okay,
Yeah.
because see, if you shoot me, no, you shoot me, and I came back to life. So you did nothing. You did not really kill me, right?
Right.
Let us say you shot me, you killed me, you crucified me, you cut my hands, and then I came back second day. So what happened? What is that? So the proof that Jesus is God, actually the crucifixion, because if he is not, he should not be coming back to life. He should be like me and you. When we die, we never come back.
Yeah, I understand. I want to say something. There's something, and it's something weird that I've never got a straight answer, actually, about Christianity. From one of my Muslim teachers, I asked them, they said, Allah put a guy in the image of Jesus to get crucified. But then I asked the question about, well, I guess then it's not the fault of Christians because who deceived them?
Exactly.
It's Allah.
Exactly.
So like, it's so weird, like, to get, this entire idea was in my head that, like, okay, wait a second, who deceived them?
Right.
Then was it the Jews? The Jews didn't get a guy who looked like Jesus and they crucified him. It's actually Allah who did it. So
correct.
How can you blame him at
this
the
is
end?
the Quran,
So,
chapter
like,
4, verse 157. So not only that, actually, this verse confirms that we Christians, we did not corrupt our Bible because we just wrote there what we saw. And that's me, we are honest. And the one who was dishonest is Allah, as you said, because he made us see someone in the cross, but it's not him. So what's my fault? If you are a judge and you say, hey, Christian Prince, did you see this guy shooting this guy? I say yes. And then after 600 years, we have a God says, oh, you saw him, but it was not really him, it was a clone. That's silly and stupid, correct?
yeah.
And not only that, there's no witnesses. I mean, Muhammad, he came with no witnesses. The Muslim, they say, what the proof that Jesus was crucified? We have witnesses. Even the Quran confirmed that it made appear to them. So they witnessed the crucifixion of someone look exactly like Jesus. And now what is the choice of like having somebody to be executed, but he looked exactly like him in this earth? Even his mother, she could not recognize him. His mother was there. Mary, the mother of Jesus, was there in front of the cross. So now I will answer you about the Trinity. Muhammad.
Okay. Yeah.
When we say the word Almighty, what the word Almighty mean?
It's just the Almighty, like literally the Almighty.
He can't do anything, right?
Exactly.
Okay. If the Almighty says, I, or I am God, exist as a three-person, you are questioning how he can be Almighty, or you are questioning how he can be three-person?
Huh.
Because if you question him, how he can be three-person, but he's Almighty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The reason he's called Almighty because he is Almighty. So we say, and we use our sometimes we use our logic. We don't think deeply. This is the problem with all people I met with, even those who they are smart. We don't use really a deep thinking. When we are talking about Almighty, and then we say how the Almighty can be Almighty, but you just agreed he's Almighty. So if the Almighty says I am one, but yet a three-person, well, because he can do it, because he's the Almighty. Same time, when a Muslim, he refused to accept Jesus to be the Almighty God, so how he can do the Almighty work, including creation, including resurrection, including forgiving sin, including, as I just showed you, he says, before Abraham I am. How the Muslim explain to us that Jesus will come back in the judgment day? This is Almighty work. How he's alive? Like now you ask me a question about how Jesus was killed, but shouldn't you ask ourselves too? How come Jesus is only one is still alive, and all the Muslims are dead, including Muhammad? This is almighty. This is almighty act. This is not a normal act of a human being. Do we agree?
Yeah,
Okay,
I do agree.
so
yeah.
Jesus proved to us not by saying I am almighty, but by doing what almighty do. So what Jesus, if we go in the Quran, we see that Jesus, he breathed into the mud and he make it a living bird. Okay, how did that happen? The Quran says this is the will of Allah, by the permission of Allah. Well, this is silly, because I can say now that Jesus was able to do it by my permission. Prove me wrong. You know what I mean? I mean, talk is cheap, but what this verse confirmed to us, that Jesus, he did almighty work. Creation. Why God want to share the ability to create with someone? He's a man. Okay, Allah, he was trying to convince us that Jesus is a prophet or Jesus is God. If the answer is he's trying to convince us that Jesus is a prophet, will he fail? Because if Jesus cannot create, if Jesus cannot do all those things, none of us Christians will believe that he's God. Do we agree, Muhammad?
He's yeah, we agree, but like there's no prophet that did the same thing, right?
Not only the creation. You see, like there's a story about
creating. There's no prophet who have ever done this.
Absolutely, you're right. Not only that, like there's a story about Abraham asking God for things, right? And then when God he told him to slaughter his son, and this is what our topic today, Allah himself, he sent a ransom. So the Muslim, they say to you, well, why God he need to send a ransom to himself? I mean, he will sacrifice to himself or to who? I mean, Jesus sacrifice, correct? But when God he sent a ransom, he sent it to who? To himself in the Quran. Because the ransom to who? From who? Who is the one who requested the death of Isaac? It was Allah. And who is the one who sent the sacrifice? It was Allah. So Allah is sacrificing to Allah. So the same reason the Muslims, they say we cannot accept this idea that Jesus sacrificed himself to save us is in their Quran. Because Allah he ransom. And the ransom, it was not from earth, it was from heaven. And even the Quran call it a great sacrifice, azim, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the sacrifice have to be from the sky. Why? It have to be pure, holy. Here they say it's a ram, but the Quran describe it. This is the translation. The Quran only says it is dhabhun azim. So Allah don't want the sacrifice. Yeah, he don't want the sacrifice of Abraham. He sent his own sacrifice. So why the Muslim reject Jesus to be sending or to become as a sacrifice? The idea of Jesus being sacrificing is not like a Muslim. They say the Christian believe in a human sacrifice. No, we don't believe in that. First of all, we believe our Jesus, our Lord, he is our Lord, he is our God. He come in the flesh of a man. But he did not go and say, hey, kill me. And we Christian, we did not put him in the cross. He knew the future. He knew what they will do to him. Still, because he loved the world, still he will do it. He did not run away, as Quran describe. Allah took him to heaven. So this is about his knowledge, not about he. This is why you see Jesus, is speaking in the Bible clearly that this is a cup he don't like to drink, but let your will be done. So Jesus here proving to us again that he overcome death, and death does not affect him, and he came back to us. In the same time, when we speak about the almighty power, and we ask ourselves why Allah, according to Muslims, he gave all those miracles to Jesus, shouldn't we ask Allah, did you try to convince us that he is a prophet or he is God? Because how Allah he shared the ability of a creation with a man, his name is Jesus. As long as the Quran confirm that Jesus he created from the mud a figure of a bird, and I breathe into it. Who is the one breathe? It's not like Jesus, he made a figure of a bird and then he says, Allah, hey Allah, breathe into it. No. And I breathe into it. You speak Arabic very well. You do not need translation. Does it say here that let us see the other verse. There's two verses. All right. Read with me carefully. ورسولا إلى بني إسرائيل إني قد جئتكم بآية من ربكم إني أخلق. What he's saying? I create from the mud a figure of a bird, and I فأنفخ فيه, and I breathe, and it's going to be a bird by the will of Allah. Okay, by the will of Allah. This is the Muslims adding it, but what is confirmed that Jesus, he make a figure.
This is also weird because we have that what Allah did to Mary, he also anfakh, he also blew in her.
Correct.
So it's so weird that Jesus will blow in the clay, and also God blows in the. So
no, this is how Allah, he created Adam too.
Yeah, exactly. He blew in the like if Jesus wasn't God, why couldn't he just, I don't know, like throw it in the air and it would fly and be created? Why does he have to do the same exact action as God?
How Allah?
Unless
unless
he's God.
Unless he is the one who created Adam. So when I have fashioned him completely and breathe into him, who is the one who breathed? Allah, supposedly. But we find that Jesus is doing the same as Allah.
Yeah.
So if Allah trying to convince me that Jesus is just a prophet, he failed. He gave him too much power. Let us say that those miracles are given, this power given to Jesus. Not, he even can tell you what you had in your house, is correct? Does it say that? Read with me. It says not only he healed the leper, he made the blind see. Not only that, he says, I inform you what you ate or what you eat and what you store in your houses. How you can do that? Is it the unseen? Muhammad in the Quran says, I don't have the knowledge of the unseen. How come Muhammad he have the knowledge of the unseen, but Jesus have the knowledge of unseen? What do you think?
Yeah.
Muhammad is a prophet, and the Muslims not only they say he's a prophet, they say he is the greatest prophet.
Yeah.
So how Jesus he have the knowledge of the unseen? And Muhammad do not know the knowledge of the unseen.
Yeah.
And the Quran confirmed that the one who knows the unseen is Allah. Allah is all knowing.
Yeah.
Allah is all knowing. But as you see, that the one who have the knowledge of how he's just a man. I mean, how this person, you go and you store something, you hide some money in your house, and Jesus will tell you that you hide this in your house.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So what do you think, my friend? Everything leads us to one thing, that Jesus, even in the cult of Islam, Jesus is nothing like him. He is the spirit of Allah, according to Muhammad. He is kalimatullah wa ruhahu alqaha ila Maryam. And not only that, actually, the same verse saying that he is the word of Allah and the spirit of Allah sent to Mary is the same word confirming the Trinity, but in the Islamic way.
Yeah.
Because there it says that Jesus is the word of God, and Jesus is the spirit of God, and Jesus is the messenger of God. Well, we Christians, we agree that Jesus, he came with the message, but he is the message himself. He is the word. And this is what it says in the book of John. In the beginning it was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word is the God, or was the God. So Jesus is the Word of God. The Quran says that. Jesus is a spirit proceeding from God. Well, this is what the Holy Spirit is about. This is why Jesus said,
Yeah.
I will leave you, I will not, you will not be alone. Every two of you mention my name, I will be between them. I will be the third. How he can be that? And he said, I will send you the comforter, which means he will not leave us alone. We will be always having the Holy Spirit with us. So the Word, the Spirit, and the man, that is Jesus. Muhammad here is copying the Bible, but this is a wrong Trinity. This is wrong Trinity. We don't believe in the Trinity of Islam, but believe that Jesus was the Word of God. Yes, but the Word of God is God himself.
Yeah, you're right.
And how Jesus can be spirit proceeding from him? I mean, isn't it Adam created by God and that's it? Jesus, why Jesus is not son of Adam?
Yeah, why he didn't say that like Adam is the spirit of God.
And why
like
he is
why is
not,
it only Jesus?
and why
just
only
like in the Bible
from all mankind there's only one person, he is not the son of Adam? That doesn't make sense. So who's his father? The Quran says that the father of Jesus is God, because who is the one who made Mary have Jesus? God. It's not like a man and the women having sex together and they have a son. No. Like in the case of Abraham, God gave a gift to Abraham. He gave him Isaac, but Isaac is a son of Abraham, not the son of God. Abraham was sleeping with his wife, but because she is old, she cannot conceive. So God, he made a miracle. He made her able to conceive from Abraham, not from God. But in the case of Mary, she never been touched by a man. So why all of these things about Jesus? Who is this Jesus?
Yeah, I understand.
So what do you think, my friend?
I guess you're right.
Do you accept Christ as your savior?
Yes, I accept Christ as
I
my
mean
savior.
to that. Hallelujah. I mean to that, my friend. I'm really happy for you. I'm really, you made my day. You made really my day. Since 3 days ago until now, I did not have one convert, and this is not a good news for me, because always I have people leaving Islam calling me in Skype and talking to me. So I'm really grateful for the Lord to send you to me today. So we have this beautiful conversation, and I am grateful that you you accepted the right way to be saved. Everybody is happy for you. Imagine, the Lord is amazing. You call me today to correct me. Correct?
Correct.
You call me to prove me wrong. And the Lord, he did his work. It's not a Christian prince who did it to you. It's the Lord. He opened your eyes. The Lord, he guided you. And praise be to the Lord, because he is from now on is going to be your guidance. And my friend, I advise you from now to read the 4 Gospels, John, Mark, Luke, all the 4. And if you have any question, I will be happy. You can call me anytime. Usually I accept only calls from Muslims, but I will give you an exception in case you have a question, so I can help you to strengthen your faith. And you can even in the text, if you don't like the call, I will be happy to answer you, because the devil now will try to attack you, for you became a tree who is holding the fruits. You see, when the tree hold the fruits, everybody throw rocks at it. Nobody throw rocks at an empty tree. Today you became a tree full of fruits, and the Lord, he said, from their fruits you shall know them. And since you call me, I told everybody, and you are my witness, I said this guy is different. This guy is different. He's decent, and your decency, not me, made you being saved. It's your decency. The Lord, he have a decency inside you, and your decency today is the winner. It's not a Christian prince. It's you who is the winner.
Yeah.
I want all the Christians today to pray to our brother Muhammad here, And now I was calling you my friend. Now I want to call you my brother in Christ. And do you like to say anything? People there, look at them. They are so happy.
Uh, I'm I'm honestly just speechless. I mean, like I was deceived for so long. Like I tried everything to do for the past like 8 years. I've been trying to defend Islam as much as I can, as hard as I can, and like everyone has a different opinion. Even the holy book, the Quran, has different interpretations. This scholar says this scholar says that, this scholar says this, and this guy disagrees with all of them. And if you don't believe this, you're an infidel. And no, this is wrong, this is right. I mean, it's just, there's no way this can be the word of God if you have everyone telling you, no, this is, he's wrong, I'm right. No, he's wrong, I'm right. No, he's wrong, I'm right. No, he's wrong, I'm right. I just, so, you know, in the past week, I've had some doubts about Islam, and I used to look at the sky, and I swear to you, I'm not even lying. I used to look at the sky, and I used to say, like, if you're there, just guide me, please. I don't even know what's right from wrong anymore. Just guide me. And I think he did.
Amen to that. I believe you, my friend. You've been guided. You've been guided, and now you are a different person. And now you will see that after you've been guided, you will be a person who help others to be guided too. So from now on, you will be an ambassador to Christ. Remember, you are not a Muslim no more. You just said, I swear, don't swear. Jesus said either you say yea, yea, or nay, nay, which means yes or no. And I'll explain that to you in a very simple way. You see,
Okay.
when we like in traditionally, I understand, like in you, I was coming from the Middle East, I'm coming from the Middle East, and there, in order to make somebody believe us, we swear, right? We say, I swear, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Because why? The usual behavior of us, we lie from time to time. So to confirm that I'm being honest, now I swear. Look what Jesus said. Don't swear. Yea, yea, or nay, nay. Why? Because you should be always honest. Not only when you swear. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you swear or you don't swear, you should have to be always honest, and this is the teaching of Christ. So from now on, we do not need to swear. The name of the Lord is not to be used in vain. We respect the name of the Lord. We respect his glory. We respect his almighty. We will not use his name for little things or even big things. So I say the truth. People believe it or not, this is their business. I will not swear. So slowly, I understand you are still, you just let Islam, but slowly you will see how Christ will change you. You will be a different person. You will be a new person with your family, with your wife, with your children, with your parents. And let me tell you something. Now, yes, you are a Christian, but we are not the same as Islam. You have to love your family, even they are Muslims. You have to love your neighbor, even he's a Muslim. You have to love all the Muslims, even though they might throw rocks at you. Even though they consider you an apostate, and the punishment is death. That is the Christianity, my friend. With the Christ we live, with Muhammad we die. And this is life. Life is to be happy, and happy will never enter your heart as long you have hate. The second hate into your heart, it's the same time, the same second, your heart is dead. Maybe your flesh is running and the blood is going through, but you are dead. So today you are alive. And the living Lord is all over your blood, because he brought love to your life. So from now on, we love everybody. We forget about Islam, the kuffar and the infidels, and etc. and this, and this is all is gone. This is all is history. The Lord, he loves you, and because he loves you, you are going to love everybody around you. Let the light of Christ shine in your face, and it doesn't matter what the color of your face. You are black, you are white, you are Asian. The Lord is our Lord, all of us, and we are equal in front of him. He and she, white and black, Asian or whatever, we are all the children of Adam, and we are all the children of God, equally loved by him, equally he wants to survive us, to save us. And this is why the Bible says, for he loved the world, he sent his only begotten son. Happy for you, Muhammad.
Yeah, well, like, thank you. Like, really, just I was in complete denial, but I think now I found the right path.
I'm sure you did. Anything else you want to say, Muhammad, before I can tell you are emotional. I don't want to hold you for long. You want to say anything else before you go?
No.
All right. So what we should call you now? Should call you? We give you a Christian name. What we should call you, Peter?
Dante, I guess.
No problem. Doesn't matter. You can call yourself. Actually, if your name is Muhammad, keep it Muhammad. That will be even more amazing. That Muhammad glorifying Jesus. That will be beautiful, my friend. You do not need to change your name. I'm just joking. Thank you, my friend Muhammad, for calling me, and I'm glad to have you as a caller. And the Lord, the Bible says, a happiness in the kingdom of God for one soul is saved. So now we have a happiness there. Imagine how much the Lord, he loves you. We are small, maybe smaller than a mosquito for him, but yet he loved us to the point he said a happiness in his kingdom will be for one soul is saved. Thank you, and God bless you, my friend. Take care.
God bless you. Thank you.
Bye. God is good. God is good. And when you are honest and decent, you will find the truth. As simple as that. And the truth is in front of us, all over the Quran. This book is messed up. But even in the messed up book, still this Quran could not deny who is Jesus. We are happy for our brother here. And actually, me myself, I became emotional. I was hearing his breathing, and I noticed it's not easy, you know, like you called to defend and to debate, and then you end. And I can tell he was like, sure, I'm wrong. You want to correct me. Like, this guy is wrong. Oh, no, you misquote. You misquote, Christian Prince. Anyway, I'm not going to, guys, to keep you for longer. I think we have enough for today. Aren't you bored of me? Don't you have enough? The funny, I have Abbas is texting me in Skype saying, are you afraid of me? Abbas, I have like 1,000 video of you on all YouTube, and people are laughing at you. Afraid of you who? God is good. God is good. You see, a prophet who make chapters saying a woman, she gave herself to him. What does this have to do with God? It's obvious. A prophet saying this woman and this woman and this woman and this woman is lawful for me. A prophet who is saying the best of the booty for me, the fifth of the booty for me. Why is worry about himself? Look what Jesus said. Give everything you have and follow me. While Muhammad was collecting the best of the booties. And not only that, even his own son wife, he did not leave her alone. He want to have her. This guy, anything he like, he want to have. He's like a spoiled maniac who cannot resist temptation. Abbas want to call? Okay, let's take Abbas.
Peace be to you, brother.
Yes, Abbas, I'm scared of you.
Yeah, well, you block me all the time.
No,
Seven, eight
because
times
you're a
I'm being
kid.
blocked.
You are a kid. Aren't you the last time, the one who
Hang
said to
on.
me, hold on, aren't you the one last time who said to me that the Prophet says don't say peace to those who they are arrogant in Islam, against Islam? Yes or no?
I never said that.
You never
Wallahi.
said that. It's recorded.
I never said that. I said these people. I said those people. What were we talking about? Actually, I don't want to go into that topic.
No. We want to go. Why
No.
not?
I want to,
Because
first
I
of
want to
all,
show you. I want to show you why I don't
just
consider
heard
you as an adult. I want to show you. You just said I did not say that. You are lying. Why you are lying? We can play the recording. You said that. I said to you when the Prophet when the Prophet said don't greet the Christian and the Jews if you meet them in the street with the salam, and you said to me, you are the one who come with the idea. You said the reason for that you should don't misquote. There's a reason. I said what the reason? You say listen. You said because those people are arrogant against Islam. Did you say that or not?
We argue about this 2-3 times. You repeat.
No, did you say that or not?
I want to talk something different.
No. Before we continue, did you say that or not?
Every time we speak about it,
did you say that or not? Did you say that or not? Did you say that or not? No, I want to prove a point. I want to prove a point from the beginning. Did you say that or not?
I'm not going to talk about that.
No, just say yes or no. Just say yes or no. Did you say? Did you say that? Yes or no?
If I answer you yes or no,
did you say that? Yes or no?
I will answer you. Then we talk about something else.
Okay. Answer me. Yes or no? Did you say that? Yes or no?
Whatever you say. How about that?
No. You see, you are coward now. You are being coward. Did you say that? Yes or no?
What did I say? Repeat that again. Exactly, because
I said to you why your prophet said if you meet the Christian and the Jews in the street, force them to the most narrow. Don't greet them with peace and force them to the most narrow road. You said, and I'm quoting you. The reason he said that it was for a certain kind of people who they were arrogant against Islam. Did you say that?
That was not the whole talk. No.
Okay, tell me. I'm listening. Tell me the whole talk. Tell me. No, tell me the whole talk. I'm listening.
I'm answering you. I said that was not general. That was specific for some people.
Okay.
Unless you show me that was a general, because it can't be general.
Specific what kind of people? Specific to what kind of people? Specific to what kind? Specific to what kind of people? Did you say they are the arrogant against Islam? Did you say they are the arrogant against Islam? Yes or no?
Yeah, I want to talk about something else. You make a lot of points against
Islam. Did you say no? This is the same thing we're talking about. Did you say that this was for specific people who they are arrogant against Islam? Yes or no?
I will call you 100 times brother, peace, because you are my brother as a Adam.
See, that's why I don't consider you as a man. You never answer anything. We have it recorded. It's in YouTube. It's there. I want people who they are listening to put that part when he said that to me with this part, so everybody will laugh at Abbas, who bite his tongue. He says I did not say that, and he just said that. He just said this was for specific people, and I said what specific people? He says because they are arrogant against Islam. So why you are telling to me peace if I am arrogant against Islam or not? Why you are saying
you
peace?
are? I told you you are my brother from Adam. Okay.
No, this is not the truth. This you see, your prophet, he said, don't greet the Christian and the Jews, and I am from the Christian and the Jews. And you told me why? Because they are arrogant against Islam. So why you call me? You say peace, brother? Because you are a hypocrite potato. You said that you cannot take it back. I got you busted. And not only that, I showed you a verse, and it's recorded. The video is there, that you will not find a Muslim. You see, the guy, he lied. He says that the word awliya does not mean a friends. The word awliya will not mean a friend. Then we show them a verse from the Quran. It says, you will not find a true Muslim who believe in Allah and the last day, who is going to take friendship with those who oppose Allah. Friendship, how you call me brother? Do you see it? You will not find a true Muslim. Abbas is a false Muslim, he's not true Muslim. Like say he is nothing. He's not a Muslim, he's not a Hindu, he's not a Buddha. You will not find one. Those are the true Muslims. Anything else is a lie. Do you see it? Anyway, why want to waste my time? It's recorded there. People will laugh at you. You cannot bite your tongue and say I did not say that. You said that. It's already there. Right? Yeah, he's up. You know, this is what they do. They get upset for seeing somebody leave Islam. Like, you know, it doesn't matter. I advise you to have to do this. The Prophet, he said that if one of you wish to have a son in the heaven, he will be delivering it and carrying it in less than an hour. Actually, sa'a in Arabic at that time equal to 15 minutes. So imagine yourself now carrying a baby and you are going to get it out. And the first thing I need you to think about, Abbas, where the baby is going to come from. This is your situation now. You have a baby inside your stomach. You could not believe that people are leaving Islam left and right. And you have a baby inside you. You are upset. But how we can get the baby out of Abbas? We are going to buzz it out from where? Squeeze it where? How a Muslim is going to give birth? From his nose? Or from his from where? This is the case of Abbas. He's listening. He heard this brother who left Islam, who called me to correct me, and he decided to leave Islam. He could not take it. And each time he called me, he got busted with no mercy. No mercy. Don't play with Christian Prince. I play with myself, I lose. I always play chess, I lose. I wish once I can win. Unbelievable. Anyone play chess here? Do you know that Muhammad, he forbidden chess and this game is haram? Music is haram. I mean, this guy is the most hypocrite man ever, like Abbas. Music is haram, but he have dancers singing for him. Abu Bakr, he entered the house of Muhammad. He said, the instrument of shaitan in the house of the Prophet. Which means Abu Bakr, he was making fun of Muhammad. Aren't you the one who said this is the instrument of shaitan? Why you have it in your house? So the hypocrite Muhammad, he said to them that music is the instrument of shaitan. But yet in his house, he have the instrument of shaitan. Abu Bakr, he got inside the house and he said to Muhammad, which means I'm saying, like, imagine you have a son who he says to you, I don't like cake. I don't like cake. And then you get inside the house and you find the cake and the chocolate all his face, all his mouth. And you say to him, the cake all over your mouth? Did you see what Abu Bakr he said? He told them that the musical instrument is the musical instrument of shaitan. Abu Bakr, he got inside, he found the Prophet, he having two slaves singing for him. Abu Bakr, he said twice, musical instrument of shaitan, in different hadith in the house of the Prophet. But the Prophet, he said, leave them, Abu Bakr, leave them. Every nation have a Eid, have a holiday. All games are haram in Islam. This is why the Quran says that those who they exchange the word of Allah with games, with fun. All right. This is even Quran. Don't call us. Just let your dad call me. Just come on. I want an adult. I mean, can't we get an adult? See, chapter 31, verse number 6, it says, and of mankind is who purchased music, singing. You see it? This is all, those people will go to hell. And Muhammad, he mentioned that in many hadith. And he mentioned all the games too. So this is not only Quran, this is supported by hadith. Music, singing, and name for me one Muslim who don't listen to music. Just one. Actually, Muhammad, he said that those who listen to music, Allah will make mountains fall on them from the Muslims. Let me see if I can find the hadith. Let us see. And this is Sahih al-Bukhari. I heard the Prophet of Allah saying, from among my followers there will be some people who will be considered illegal sexual, as if Muhammad was doing legal sexual intercourse. He just took his own son wife. He was just making verses saying any woman, she can give herself to me, wearing silk, drinking alcohol, and the use of the musical instrument. Do you see it? What Allah will do to them? Look at this madness. And there will be some people who will stay near the side of the mountain, and in the evening their shepherd will come to them with their sheep and ask them for something, but they will say to him, return to us tomorrow. Allah will destroy them during the night, and he will let the mountains fall on them, and he will transform the rest into monkeys and pigs, and they will remain like this until the day of resurrection. Show me one Muslim Allah transform him to listening to music into pigs and monkeys until the day of resurrection. Any one of your sons is missing, Abbas? Is any one of your family is missing? He listened to music and Allah transform him into a pig? That is your prophet, my friend. That is your prophet. You like it or not? Anyone who listens to music, Allah will make him pig and a monkey. Backbone, backbone, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when I come for you? Backbone, backbone. Here we go, listen to music. Look, guys, I have my knees are growing. I have hair in my hands. What happened? Hair all over. Hey, don't believe me, I'm joking. Already I have a lot of hair on my body. You know, once I was kicked out from the swimming pool, they thought I'm wearing my clothes. You know, they don't know we are Middle Eastern, you know. I mean, we don't need even clothing. We have like natural. I cannot even show you myself swimming because the atheist will use it against me in the debate to prove that we are originally monkeys. I think Allah, he made me monkey since then, since I was a kid listening to music, and I don't know it. What a stupid cult. Anyway, guys, I want to say thank you for all of people here. Thanks for those who download our videos. They add subtitle in all languages, from Indonesia, from many countries. Please let the world know, let the world learn. My videos don't stay in my channel, but I depend on you to spread them all over. Anytime you make a video and you will not find it, maybe sometime right away, I take it off. Just remember the title and you search for it in the last 24 hours in the search engine in YouTube, and you will find the video listed and there's somebody else's channel. Subscribe to those people who download my videos, so always you can find back what you lost. All right, so my friend, we are Christians who love Muslims. I get angry, I get upset like from Abbas, but honest to God, I don't hate this person. I love him. I love him. I love his family. I love his people, and because we love them, we have to save them. The truth, my friend, is what we are after. The devil is our enemy, not Abbas, the poor guy. This guy is a poor guy. That's why Jesus, he said in the cross, forgive them, Father, they don't know what they are doing. And I pray to the Lord to forgive this poor man. He don't know what he's doing. I pray that one day he will wake up and he will find the truth, that a person who says such a statement is a silly person. He cannot be a prophet of God, because if he is, at least it should happen. This is a false prophecy. We will never let hate take over us. we should love the Muslims. Because if the hate take over us, that's mean the devil is the winner. Don't hate the Muslims. The second you start hating them, it's mean you fall into the trap of the devil. That's not what the Lord He wants from us. Love your enemy, pray for those who curse you. That is the words of my Lords, not my wisdom. Hate start by hurting you. Hate is an enemy, and this is why we fight Islam, because Islam teach hate. Chapter 5 verse 14 says Allah will spread hatred and enmity between the Christians. What kind of God this God is? That is not the God we are seeking. We want God who spread faith, the kind of faith which spread peace and love, where people live in harmony, love each other, help each other. We have enough war, enough anger, enough bloodshed. We have enough problems. We do not need one more hate teacher, and that is Muhammad. Erase Muhammad from the life of the Muslims around the world, you will see their life will change, their countries will change, because this cult have a huge impact even in economy. Women, they are jailed inside their houses. When women, they are 50% of the society, they can be protected, like give a lot of protection. Smart women, they can be scientists, doctors, engineers. We jail them homes. Christ, my friend, is a solution. He says, if somebody asks you, give him. If somebody hate you, pray for him. Love your enemy. Imagine if all the countries in the world practice one sentence of Jesus, just 3 words: love your enemy. The trillions of dollars we spend every year for war budget, or we call it defense budget, will be more than enough to make this earth like heaven, just if we follow only 3 words of the wisdom of Christ. Love your enemy. That's how Christ can change the life of every one of us, and he can change the world. And actually already he did, but the devil is resisting, and there's many they decide to follow him. Thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you all. Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and I'm happy for our brother Muhammad who decided to accept Jesus Christ as his Savior, and I pray that his family, they will follow him. See you soon, and don't forget to download the video as soon as it is ready. Take care.